Kojaks. We got round of each going on here on our stream. Looks like it's going to be a good game. A couple of faces that I haven't seen before. They look very comfortable at the tables here, so I assume they've been here more than I have. So they're not new faces to Kojaks, I don't believe. But maybe new faces to the stream, or perhaps they're just not wearing the sunglasses they normally do. We got Chris there at the top right of your frame. Oh, he just changed. The guy whose head is at the bottom of the black hat. Who is sometimes my compadre on these live streams, so it'd be really interesting to see him play cards for me. I played with him one time, real good guy. Pretty good player. Pretty good player. He's got some good poker stories also. He's been playing for a long time. So we'll see what I can't learn from watching him play and looking at his cards on the screen. Kobe picking up a pretty good hand, double suited, king jack. He's got an 8 and a deuce, not too bad there. Let's see a couple of hands not showing up. We'll have to see if they just folded, which is kind of unusual. I'll be honest. Usually we see a lot of people limping with PLO. Looks like this hand no different. Just a couple of card read errors. There we go. Robbie with pair of queens and a king. One too many clubs. Not too bad though. Not too bad. And we're just getting right into it here. I hope y'all are having a good weekend. Hope everything's doing all right for you. Like me personally, just got done doing a little pool party, a little grill in action. Now that the weather's finally heating up, it's not freezing and windy outside. It was actually a pretty nice day. And I heard that there were some rodeos or something going on tonight. So players may trickle into the table. We may actually develop a wait list for that table a little later on in the evening. But yeah, real good day to get outside. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. I hope you enjoyed your Saturday so far. Got another day on the weekend, Sunday coming up. We'll see if one of these players can't be a big winner tonight. pick up a nice haul from the game, make that Sunday a little sweeter. 5 comes on the river. So 5 of clubs shouldn't really change too much. Robbie's hand's still best with the pair of queens, at least that we can see. I don't expect Eric really to. I expect, yeah, if he bets. Looks like, yeah, he's going to get everybody out. Those 2 diamonds, that ace-10, somebody could have had a set of 5s or a set of 3s. Very likely hands. I think Chris with the headset's trying to get a read on that hand before we deal out the next one.
No, not any face card.
Yeah, I'm hoping everybody's having a good weekend. Looks like Eric's doing all right. 2.7K sitting in front of him. Usually a pretty good place to be. We got Chris at the bottom, buying in short, 350. Now that may be a technique. He may be buying in short on purpose to test the waters, see what he can get away with at the table without really putting himself too much at risk. Or it could be a psychological play where he buys in short to really just play aggressive short stack poker with some of these bigger stacks, which can be really effective as well. And I suspect that he's definitely capable of pulling off, a move like that. Kobe doesn't like his pocket 3s, and why would you? We got Robbie over here. Robbie, familiar face. I've seen Robbie play a couple times. Not a bad hand. Pair of jacks. Suited in the diamond suit, but an offsuit queen jack to go with it. Basil picks up way too many spades. There goes a lot of his outs. And he's also losing. He could pick up a wheel. He's got the 8-9 suited. Actually, not that bad of a hand. Not excellent, but I agree with that call. Corey bets 110, 3-betting pre-flop. I don't expect Basil to stick around with that hand. Now, if Eric does stick around, he's got a good one. It looks like Basil's probably going to get out of here. Eric definitely gets out of there with that mystery hand. Donald does make the call, though. He's actually got a real, one too many clubs, but he's got a lot of low connecting cards, which is a good way to beat large pocket pairs. So if Corey has, a pair of aces or a pair of kings in his hand, something like 7-6 trade deuce, actually a pretty good way to pop that hand, to burst it. There we go. And a king hits the flop, a queen hits the flop, so yeah, Donald probably did not like the way that looked. And Corey does take down a pot. 160 buckarooners going his way. Not too bad. Second hand of the night. Chip count hasn't changed too much. Again, it's only the second hand of the night. We still have Eric on top, Chris at the bottom, and Corey is in between. He took down that last pot at 1.2K. Looking pretty good. You gotta love that shirt on the dealer. Fold is the four-letter word. That's 100% factual. Well, actually, you know what? Let me look it up. Fact check this. Yep. Actually, yeah, it checks out. It checks out. That is a factual statement. Fold is, in fact, a four-letter word. And no, it starts with F. So it is a four-letter F word. You heard it here. Let's see. Robbie does go ahead and make the call under the gun. His cards are not showing up. We do have a problem with that every once in a while. When we're doing PLO, just because there's so many cards, I think, for the table to read. State-of-the-art equipment, but sometimes these players, play the way that they're used to playing. You only play live stream once a week. You're gonna fall into the habits that you have.
That's going on this weekend, isn't it?
Kobe with a real good hand, pair of jacks, pair of nines, and a suited jack nine. Not too bad. Not double suited, single suited. Eric's hit the jackpot, 777. An interesting hand should he decide to play it. I don't think he is going to call any raises. And sure enough, we've got a raise to 125 out there. Queen 10-5 is the flop.
I bet we can get him to do it.
I believe Eric made the, or Corey. Corey looks like he, no, is it Billy made the raise? Oh, and we've got a re-raise to 400. See, Corey's out of there. I think Robbie's out of there. Oh! So it looks like we're going to get to an all-in situation. In PLO, obviously the PL stands for pot limit. So you can't just shove all in. You can only raise as much as you can. So we had a quick back and forth there. Like 4 hearts hit the table. Now Billy does not have a flush because you need 2 cards from your hand. So it looks like Donald was at risk for his table life, his buy-ins life. But I believe Donald was able to pull it out, unless Billy's triple queens hold up. Oh! Alright, looks like Billy's set of queens was good enough to take down the pot. I really expected Donald to have a flush, at least a flush draw, with those 2 hearts on the board. But it looks like Billy took it down. Billy very fashionable. Like that shirt. Oh, here we go. We're running it 3 times. I'm having a little trouble here in the dealer, personally. So some of the action may be getting a little messed up when we're doing PLO. It's hard for me to keep track of. It's kind of a crapshoot. I'll be honest. For me, I mean, for me commentating on the PLO side of things. Dealers work fast, though. Very impressive to me how quickly they can, as I say that, she starts fumbling chips. But it's very impressive to me how quickly dealers can set up and distribute pots. That's a skill I don't know if I'll ever get. It takes a long time. It does take a long time to learn that skill. But you look at the intimidating stare there by Donald. Mouth open, beard full, washed, and moisturized. And Billy looks like he's got a meeting in Miami to go to. So he may be headed there after this. That's why we call him Miami Billy. I don't know if that nickname's going to stick. But he sure did take down a big pot. 3.9K now is where Billy sits after running that 3 times. It looks like Donald does walk away with a little bit, so he won 1 of the 3 rounds.
Everybody folds. He doesn't have.
Not too bad there.
And then he bets and people call.
Still got a little bit at the table. Looks like 600.
That's
750 maybe?
That's the secret.
did not see on the chip
How you
count. That
make
would have
that
been
work?
smart.
I still figured it out. That's where we're at.
And it looks like we are only on hand 4, I believe. Hand 5. Hand 5.
No, I'm saying against my hand. He's supposed to have a rabbit.
Oh.
So this game is actually moving quickly. We've already seen an all-in situation on the PLO game, which is a little bit harder to come by than in a no-limit game. Just because of the fact that you got to raise and re-raise until you get there. But here we go. So it looks like it's going to be an action-packed night already. Players playing a little looser than they may have been in the past. Some of them may be getting a little more comfortable with the PLO, maybe taking a couple more risks. What I like about watching PLO, though, is the variance is so high because one card can change whether you have the second best hand or the second worst hand. So it's really interesting to see just how those swings affect the players. And I think watching a round of each game really plays on the psychological aspect of that, because you go from PLO where you have that massive variance, and then all of a sudden you have to tighten up and play Hold'em. And so just dealing with the swings wears on even the best players. Of course, it wears a little less on some of the best players than it does on maybe a less experienced player, but it's still going to drain you a little bit. And so it's really interesting to see how everybody plays. It looks like we got a photo on the chair. Very interesting to see. Was it Bobby? We'll see next time. But it's funny to see his face hanging there. And he's sitting across from himself. So that is good placement. Good placement. Billy.
I can't watch her. She's unless she doesn't talk, then I'm okay. Second one.
Who's sitting at 3K now at the top of the leaderboard. Eric at 2.6K. So still actually a lot of money on the table.
Switch to the blue deck. Blue deck.
Do you want me to switch it? Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to switch the deck. We're still having some card read issues.
Wait a minute.
15 minutes.
And switching the deck.
Yeah, it was only like 6,000.
That's the one, right? Go ahead and try that out. See if we can get some more of those hands to be read. So far, we've done a mystery hand every single of those 5 hands. We'll see if we can't get that card read fixed. Chris over there with the blue hat now. With sunglasses on top so that he doesn't give away what his forehead is doing beneath that hat.
I don't remember what it was.
Looks like we got Jade showing up. Jade showing up.
It was like 3 minutes after the hand, she's like, wait a minute.
Very aggressive player.
Well, fuck better when that's it.
We call her
Can I have your Koya card?
the Black Widow
So,
because she gets in there and she bites you.
I was like, when she shows up.
Good placement too for her to sit at that table. She is right behind the button, so she'll be dealt in a pretty advantageous position. 1 off the button's never a bad spot to be. Kind of loosen up a little bit, read the table with a good hand. Chris under the gun, arguably the worst position to be in. Decides to fold his hand. 5 to call is still a little bit too much. It looks like Basil calls. Looks like Eric calls. And with that, that's going to encourage a lot of other players to come in. Corey decides to get out of there. Billy decides, I'm going to raise it up with that ace-queen suited. He's also got a 10 in there, so not a bad hand to have.
I know he got banned.
Connects to the wheel, connects to Broadway a couple different ways.
Like, it's so.
And because there's so many players in there, they're just getting good pot odds to stick around. You know, see a flop, see what happens. Even if it is with 5 other people. Going 6 ways to the flop. That is Texas PLO for you. Ooh, 2 hearts and a queen. Love to see that. Billy does make good on his ace queen. Jade also hits a pair of queens, but Jade picks up a flush draw. Here we go again. Now, last time I was here, 2 weekends ago, Jade kept getting flush after flush. They were diamonds 2 weeks ago. Now she's got the heart draw and a pair of queens. Actually, 2 pairs, queen and 9. So queen 9 and a flush draw. That's why she's got 56% equity. So she goes ahead and bets it. Last act, great position. 60, maybe too much. See if Billy decides to make the call. He looks like he wants to lay it down. He's trying to find a fold. It's not
But
there.
I had pocket kings with
But he does get away from
Terry
it.
had.
And Robbie
He's obviously never heard me commentate
Robbie-
when you're playing. It's not the call.
Robbie didn't have much. Robbie gets out of there too. So Jay takes it down. Small pot, $75 profit, but not too bad. $150 total pot.
I mean, I had like.
Does anyone have a preference for
I
dinner?
was ahead of
Not too bad there. Trying to get some of that action, seeing who's going to call her down, and could not find a caller.
Oh, I got you.
So we are seeing 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Probably about $12,000 on the table right now. And I estimate that after the first hour, we're going to see that number really jump up. I think the way these players are playing so far, we've already had that all-in situation on, what was it, hand 3. And looks like these players are really, betting it, getting after each other. So I expect that money to change.
They don't have to run it once, they choose to go to it twice. Billy can
And
help.
Corey's got a pretty good hand there, a pair of jacks.
I didn't.
King, Eric's got a pair of 10s. Kobe's basically got the whole wheel, which is not too bad. Jade says, why not? Robbie with his ace jack, Donald with his pair of kings. There's an ace on the flop. It's got to freak out Donald, who does not hold an ace. Robbie's probably feeling pretty good with his ace jack. Yep. Kobe does go ahead and bet his ace, who's got a pair of 4s along with it. One of the best kickers to have is a pair as a kicker. That's what Kobe's got. He's got the aces with a pair of 4s as the kicker. And Jade does have a piece with that pair of queens. So we'll see. She does make the call. She's going in for it. A 6 on the turn. Jade does not improve her hand. Not really. She does have a gut shot draw. She's got queen 9 now. That 2 pair may get her a little bit in trouble because she's obviously beat by Kobe's better 2 pair. Aces up all day. Aces up will beat queens up. She decides to bet 75, and I think Kobe's trying to figure out, will she call anymore? He decides she's probably not going to call anymore. So he just matches. He just makes the call. Takes down the pot with the better 2 pair.
Maybe not the pain.
Like if they're
Jade's not even a little bit upset about that. She, in my opinion, lost the minimum right there. You got to bet the 2 pair on the river. She made a good, well-sized bet. Kobe made the call. And I agree. I think Kobe's assessment there was that he would not be able to extract any more value from Jade. Maybe that's what they're talking about right now. I don't think Jade would have called a raise on the river.
After you left last night, we couldn't run. We go more than once.
Yeah, it looks like we are on to the next hand here.
He's either winning.
Making the way around. These are actually pretty quick PLO hands. Omaha sometimes can take a little bit longer just because there's more players on the flop almost every single time. But looks like this time we are moving right along. Basil, not a bad hand. Under the gun though. And as tight as Basil is, let's see if he makes the call. He does get out of there. Billy's out of there. Let's see, Kobe. We call him Colin Kobe. I don't know if he's. I don't mean any disrespect. On second thought, I'm not sure if that's a very kind nickname. I apologize, Kobe. Just referencing the last hand where you called at the end on the river. But, Robbie looks like Ace King with the suited King there. Not too bad of a hand. I'm told King 7 actually not a bad hand to have in Hold'em. So if you break down the PLO hands in that way, you get an Ace King and a King 7 with a deuce on the end. Should be sitting pretty. A lot of clubs out there, so I don't expect anyone to make a flush draw, especially now that the flop does not have any clubs on there. Donald looks like he's got a flush draw with his hearts. Maybe the only one. We don't know Jade's hand. There it is. Queen with a pair of 5s. Now she does have a better flush draw. So let's see if we can get flush over flush. I'm hoping for the King of Hearts. Let's see if we can get that on the river here. Let's see, we got Donald making a raise. Is that 175 or is that just 75? And Eric's out of there. Eric says way too much with his pair of jacks, not good enough. And Robbie makes the call. Robbie's got a pair of sevens. Oh, and there's an ace of hearts. Hey, I was close. I said king of hearts. And we sure did get that flush over flush situation. Let's see how Jade deals with it. She's got the second nuts. Anyone with a, oh, and it goes check, check. She was hoping that Donald would bet. He was the aggressor on the turn, so not a bad assumption that he would bet. And especially, we're just sitting down at the table. You know, we've only played a couple of hands. The players are still learning each other. I think that was a good check right there by Jade. You know, trying to entice a bet out of Donald. Donald did not fall for the bait, but 10 high flush probably not good enough. And now Jade has added the check to her repertoire. If she has a second nut flush, she's fully capable of checking it down, and now these players know that. So she can use that to her advantage. I think Donald can use his position to his advantage as well, just checking that 10 high flush. Playing cautious. Playing cautious. I like it. I like it. Now let's see if we can't loosen these players up. Let's hold them. Once hold them hits. Once that button goes back to position 1.
Thank you. Yeah, that airplane in.
I do actually.
Well, are you blind?
Corey picks up another ace jack.
That's even more sketchy.
Does not decide to play it under the gun. He's got one too many clubs. I don't blame him. I probably would have gotten out of there. Not that I'm a premier PLO player. As you can tell if you've listened more than 5 minutes. Looks like we're going family pot. The only player to fold is under the gun. And we've got Queen 8-7 on the flop, so Jade makes 2 pair. Donald makes a better 2 pair with his queens and 8s, but he's also got the pair of kings that
Like my brother said, if it leaves longer than 7 days, don't trust
could come into play a little bit later
If
on.
I can get sand, I can't get trucking. If I
So
can get
we've
trucking, I
got
can't get
Eric
sand.
does decide to
If I
come
can get
along
trucking
with his
and
pair of
sand, I
queens.
can't get enough sand.
Maybe trying to make a straight. And let's see, Robbie. I don't imagine Robbie's going to get out of it. Oh, and he does actually make the fold. I thought he was going to come along with 3 other players in the pot. He decides the pot odds are not quite good enough.
Couldn't get enough sand.
And there's an ace that hits of clubs. So now Jade makes a flush draw in addition to her 2 pair. Now she does have the bottom 2 pair. And Donald, queens and 8s, is still his best hand. He does decide to get out of there. He had the best hand. Eric has more equity, though, with his ace and queen. So he improves to a better 2 pair. Oh, and that king, you hate to see it. That king would have given him the set.
Yeah, we pump pressure.
And I gotta say,
Formation to open it up.
I'd be kicking myself. And Jade takes down another one. She sat down with, I believe, 2K. Now she's up to 2.4K in 3rd position in terms of the chip board there. Robbie at half, just below Jade. So top 3, we're looking at $8,000 right there, just in the top 3 positions. So, as I mentioned, I really expect this table to start adding on, start really moving that money around. Jade really helps out with the aggression factor. I think a lot of players are afraid of her, but Chris, talking to her right now, doesn't appear to be one of them. Maybe he's trying to get a read on her mindset.
Well, we just use the water.
Okay, call them now.
All right, we got Hold'em. We switched over to Hold'em.
44,000.
Corey grabbing that card out of thin air. Helping out. And Billy. We got a couple of callers already. No straddle, which is a little bit unusual.
2 and 7, 8, 2 and 3, 8.
He's got a suited 9-5. Robbie with the A tray, Jade with the 5-4. A little bit loose, if you ask me. I think all of these players, especially in the early positions, a little bit loose, but maybe that's what PLO is doing to them. maybe it's getting them to loose up. I like it. I like it. I think the more action that we can see here at the table,
If I gotta use that winch,
the better off it's going to be.
saltwater disposal.
I think everybody likes watching action-packed poker.
Put it on.
And that's what we've got.
And if I'm busy on something, we've got.
3 clubs on the board. Doesn't look like anyone makes a flush. Robbie's ace high is best. Oh, he's got a pair of 3s.
A lot of my guys.
A couple of players just
They
fold
can hold,
instead of checking.
they can hold,
Sandbagging over there.
max, max weight at like.
And Robbie picks up that small pot.
That's what they can hold.
Small $25 pot, but hey, hard to complain about.
You can't put it.
You're winning pots. You're doing all right.
You can't put it. I can haul an entire string to do it.
Well, which is 320, so, I had a guy with 410 yesterday.
Let's see if we can get a.
Try to take a picture.
Let's go ahead and get an ace-king versus aces situation. That's what I'm calling for in this next day.
I don't even know if they would look at me.
Billy's still at the top 3K after that large PLO hand.
Yeah, but I mean.
And they ran it 3 times. He won 2 out of 3 times.
He said a lot of time he'll throw his half a, like,
Wait,
isn't it hold on? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ooh, we got a missed deal, so players are dealing it back in. Still doing, we got a dealer change coming up. Dealing right on into PL, sorry, I messed up. Dealing right on into No Limit Hold'em.
Pioneer Energy. There's a Pioneer Natural Resource. Pioneer Energy is down the street.
And here we go. We got one of my favorite dealers out there. Looks like it's going to be a good time. I don't believe we're doing bomb pots.
I don't understand either.
I believe we are just playing straight through. Bomb pots are always a good time. If you're not from Texas and you're watching this, bomb pot is everybody limps, basically everybody limps into the pot, the button stays where it is when the dealers change,
Yeah, so a lot of these
and
guys-
everybody gets either 2 cards if you're doing a Hold'em bomb pot, or 4 cards if you're doing a PLO bomb pot,
Like I said, I had-
and they run 2 boards.
That's the most I've
So you'll
ever-
get 2 different flops.
But,
Everybody's already in the hand,
they'll usually give out
and it really is just bingo. Just seeing who's got either the bigger guts to bet more than everybody else and push them out of the pot, or if somebody really hits, a really good hand. So it's a pretty interesting variation on the poker formula because everybody's already in the hand. But it looks like we're not doing those bomb pots. They are a good time. We do them on all tables off stream. Ooh, Jade with the ace jack. So yeah, come down to Kojak's if you're not familiar with the bomb pot. I say try it out. It's a really good time. And worst comes to worst, you just thrown in $5. You just thrown in 1 big blind to potentially win at least 8 other ones. Now we've got King 9 for Billy, also of clubs. Looks like nobody hits the flop, 5, 6, 8, all low cards. Jade comes out and bets it. She decides she's going to try and push everybody out. Billy says, I'm not believing it. I'm not believing it. And a Trey hits the board, another low card. Jade bets 140, but come on in. Oh, I'm okay. Thank you, though. And Billy decides to make the call, seeing 1 more card. I'd imagine. Ooh, yeah. He's either going to re-raise all in. Yeah, another Trey hits the river, or just fold at the end there. Jade took a strong line, but she didn't really have the advantage when it comes to the low cards for position, is that she would usually have higher cards. So I think Billy could have gotten away with a bluff there had he decided to bluff, that 8 or that 5. King 9 could very well have been a King 8. So it's very possible that he had the positional advantage when it came to that board. And Jade now, all the way up to 2.7K after that pot, taking a little steam out of Billy's sails. Taking a little wind out of Billy's sails I don't know where I was going with that metaphor.
Robbie folds.
And let's see, Robbie's out of there. Jade betting again. Betting Jade. She's got a pair of 8s though, so she is correct to do so.
Billy calls. Kobe.
Corey's out of there. Billy, I believe Corey's out of there. I thought the dealer said that. No, looks like Corey's in there with his ace-2 suited. Billy wants to take on Jade one more time with his A-tray, and an ace hits the flop. Ooh, and an ace-2 really. This is one of the only times we'll say deuce changed something. And Corey now with 2 pair. Jade probably feeling like her hand is good. Billy may feel like his hand is best. With the pre-flop action, you know, just a small raise to 30 bucks. Not really gonna indicate a super strong hand. And Corey does bet. Billy makes the call. Corey shows him the bad news. Billy couldn't get away from it. I don't blame him. I think with that ace trade, he probably could have gotten away with the lower ace. But we're still early at the table. We're still early in the night. And Billy may have just been keeping him honest. You know, seeing how does Corey play with this position? How does he play? Is an ace good enough? And Billy basically had a bluff catcher there. And he may have thought Corey was bluffing. Maybe just keeping him honest, you know.
Jade straps is in.
Chip count. Billy bleeding out a few chips after that large pot, now down to 2.5K, but still sitting pretty. Still doing well, still up over the buy-in. Jade now with a pair of 3s. Looks like she took a magic eraser to those 8s and erased a little bit off the left side there. Turned those 8s into a pair of 3s. Under the gun, I believe she straddled. Oh, Donald with a pair of 7s. Chris with the ace-10, 4 bets to 40. Small 4 bet. Well, I guess technically that's just a raise to 40.
Robbie folds. Jade calls.
Kobe with a pair of 5s. Now this is the situation that I personally run into a lot, where I have a pair, I assume somebody else has a pair as well, and I have to evaluate, is my pair the best pair on the table? And it makes it a little tricky because Kobe clearly does not think he has the best hand, especially with that $40 raise there. So he's trying to set mine, I believe. He's in the cutoffs, got good position, a couple of players to the pot, large stacks. So he's just looking for a 5. If there is a raise, I believe Kobe's going to get out of there. No raise so far. Queen on the river there. Chris has the full house, and he is just not betting it. He's probably worried about wasting a little value there. He's got to get in there if he wants to extract anything. $100. He was the pre-flop aggressor. I don't expect anybody thinks this is a bluff. Again, he was the pre-flop aggressor, having an ace totally in his wheelhouse in that position, so Jade does get out of there, and so does Donald. He shows, though. He shows that full house. And you got to wonder if he had bet on the flop, would anyone have taken him seriously? He may have been able to get a little more value out of there, or it could have gone the same way. Everybody folds.
Well, the queen worried me a little bit.
Either way, Chris taking down a pot, got to feel good.
Worried me a whole lot.
Puts him above the minimum buy-in. And we've got a straddle out there already. Looks like Donald taking the straddle position, Jade on the button. Chris first to act. Gun +1 on our first Hold'em round. Now the Hold'em round actually is going a little slower than the PLO round, or maybe it's just me. But very interesting to me. I expect the PLO round to be much slower. Donald picks up King 5 in the straddle. He's got a 8. He's got last action pre-flop, thanks to that straddle.
Corey raises 30. Billy folds. Kobe folds.
Corey makes a raise with his ace-5 off.
Donald folds.
And Billy's out of there. Cody's out of there.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
And it looks like Jade is out of there as well. Jack 4. What's a Jack 4? Ah, fix a tire? Who said that? Chip count still looking similar. Jade on top, Billy in second place, and Eric tying Billy at 2.5K. Just shy of $8,000 between top 3 places. So a pretty good amount of money on the table so far. We are doing a $5 round of each game right now. $5 on the button is what we play here at Kojak's. Real interesting dynamic. A lot of other card houses do a big blind, small blind. It's typical fashion. I personally really enjoy the $5 on the button aspect. You get something for your blind. You know, of course, if you're playing the big blind, you're last to act. Then your first act, if you stay in the pot, your first act post flop. So when you do $5 on the button,
Jade calls.
you're usually last to act pre-flop, and you're also last to act post-flop. So it's nice to have your blind in there when you have that positional advantage.
4 players. Corey checks in the dark.
Corey's got his pair of 2s. He's going to check in the dark. Good move with the 2. Just like we were talking about earlier, he's set mining. He's just waiting to see if a 2 hits the flop, or maybe even 2 of 2s. Why stop at 1-2 on the flop? I'm sure he would be ecstatic.
Donald folds.
And we don't see the flop. There's an ace, 8, 7. And we've got a bet. Corey folds. A bet and a call from Billy and Jade. Looks like these two are going at it right now. Another ace on the turn. Billy now makes trips right now. I did learn the difference between a set and trips. A set is when you hold 2 of the cards, you hold a pocket pair, and the third one comes on either the flop or the turn. The third one hits the board. And trips is when you hold one card of the set, and the board has 2 cards to make 3 of a kind. So 2 different ways to make 3 of a kind, 2 different words, 4 each. And Billy had trips on there because there were 2 on the board. That was good enough to take down the pot.
In unison.
Taking a pot from Jade. Now I expect a couple of spats between these two based on what I'm seeing so far. Poker's a really interesting game because it's not everybody's very respectful and polite, but there is a sense of vengeance that comes with the game. Somebody is taking what you have anytime they beat you. They're taking a little bit of your stack. And so you kind of want to get them back, you know. There's kind of that instinct of, well, you took this from me before. I'm gonna see if I can take it back from you.
It was down that day.
This next time. So you get these little spats. It looks like we're gonna have kind of a rivalry here
Jade calls.
between the Black Widow and Billy, whose picture is sitting opposite of himself. Pretty funny. Eric with the ace king under the gun raises it up. Small raise to 20.
3 players to the flop.
Not good enough to kick everybody out, which is what you want. Jade with the 6-9 of hearts. Ooh, a 9 hits the flop, but so does a king. I expect Chris to get out of there. Eric, just make a standard continuation bet with that high card on there.
Heads up.
Ooh, 10 on the turn. Doesn't change too much, but might change Jade's ability to call. Now there are 2 overcards to her pair of 9s. Eric checking the text messages. He's saying, hey, yeah, no, I got ace king. I'm doing all right. Yeah, it was a king on the flop. Gotta go. And that's 7 on the river. Doesn't change anything either. If Jade was ahead before that 7, she's ahead after that 7. If she's behind before the 7, like she was in that hand, then she's behind after the 7. Eric decides she's probably not going to call a bet, so he goes ahead and checks it down. He could have been afraid of a 2-pair situation as well as top pair top kicker. And chip count looking as good as ever. Billy back on top. Jade slips to 3rd place. She's still up a little bit over her bind.
I couldn't do it. Black could not do it.
Been watching on Netflix. It was recommended to me, not a new series. Glow was recommended to me by a couple of wrestling fans, a couple of friends of mine. If you are into wrestling, you may be into Glow. It stands for Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, if you don't know.
Just wait a couple hours.
Pretty good. I was thinking that Well, we don't have too many women in
Whatever it said
poker.
I had on the thing,
We
it
may
was
have to
wrong.
make a
No,
poker
I
league
I had to
literally-
know.
similar
that's
to
what the
Glow.
timer
Basil
was for.
calls.
Probably gonna have to come up with a new name
And I was in a
than
hand
Gorgeous
shit,
Ladies
bro.
of
Open
Poker.
it up.
Glop
And literally he said,
doesn't
"Oh,
quite
that's
have the
for
same
you."
ring to it as
That's
Glow
it.
does.
Wrist folds.
Write us in your ideas
I
if you
can't
come up with
remember. I had the
anything.
nuts. I
We'd
had
be
lots
happy
of
to review them
But it said, oh, yeah, I
You
had.
had King Jack
and see what we could call the female poker league. FPL already better than Glop. And Basil with his pair of twos, probably not going to be in this hand for too much longer. That ace, king, queen flop is not what you want to see. He gets a 3 on the turn, but still not, helping Basil out too much. Kobe also pairless.
Have you switched things
Jade
yet?
goes ahead and bets $30.
And
Donald's got second
so maybe
pair.
go home
Let's
and
see if
get
he
going or
does decide to make the call.
to a big swing.
Also, basically a bluff catcher at this point, and what a time to have it when somebody else is bluffing.
Heads up.
That does help. And he makes trips. Here we go again with the difference between a set and a trips. Donald is holding a king to his 3 of a kind, but there are 2 other kings on the board, so he's got his trips.
Jay bets 80.
Jade does make a big bet, $80. If it had been any other card, she probably would have gotten away with it. Donald decides to make the call and shows her the bad news. She already knew. She already knew she was behind when he threw in chips. And good read by Donald. He likely picked up on the fact that Jade was bluffing the whole time, decided I've got a bluff catcher, let me catch this bluff. Could not extract any more value from a stone cold bluff by Jade. Had he raised, he would not have been able to extract any more value, I don't believe. And Jade letting her aggression get in the way right now, but that will likely turn around. Now that she's been caught bluffing more or less, she didn't show, but now that she's more or less been caught bluffing, she should be able to act like she's bluffing next time she gets a good hand. A little dry out here in West Texas.
Really cold.
Got some dry throat going on. I hope it don't get too scratchy on me.
Jade folks. Donald folks.
Corey with a pair of 6s against Billy's ace-queen suited. Now, ace-queen suited should have higher equity once everybody else folds.
Or Basil folds.
Got that dry throat again.
Before he calls.
It's my New Orleans roots coming out. And Eric does 3-bet to $40.
Billy raises 125.
Interesting.
Harris folds.
3-bet. Billy does make a 4-bet to 125. Billy's out of there like as fast as he can. Corey's got to worry about a higher pocket pair now, but he does decide to make the call with his 6s. And he's got slightly higher equity. That's what I was talking about earlier. Ace-queen suited has just slightly lower equity than the pair of 6s because the pair of 6s already made hand. No diamonds to help Billy out. He decides to bet 150. Thinking low cards. Hey, what am I afraid of? I probably got 2 overcards. I probably got the best hand so far. Unless in this situation, unless he finds himself in the situation he's in now, wherein he runs into another pocket pair. And the board pairs with a deuce. Queen hits on the river.
Or bets 175.
Billy makes that pair of queens, top kicker now. Actually, technically 2 pair. If his ace is a kicker. And that will beat Corey's, technically his 2 pair, his 6s and 2s. Corey does make the bet to 175. Billy wondering, does he have a 2? Probably not. Is he at 2 pair with a queen 7? Probably not. Billy's got position. Now, I don't expect any of these cards to really hit, and he does make the call. Ooh, Corey turns over his 6s very quick. Excited, hoping he won that pot, but Billy then turns over his pair of queens
Thank you, Billy.
to best Corey's 6s. And Billy takes down another one. A pretty sizable pot there, $945, almost $1,000. That puts Billy back up to the over 3K mark. Now he sits at 3.3. Eric at 2.6 and Jade at 2.2. Really the most active players that we're seeing. And of course, they're bouncing around the leaderboard there. Still in the top 3.
$10 straddle.
But the position of those top 3 players is changing quickly with each hand, it seems like. And we are now switching over. We're doing a round of each. We just got done with the round of Hold'em. So we're now doing the round of PLO, Pot Limit Omaha. If you're just joining us here, welcome. How's it going? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Played a round of each at Kojaks. We're doing a $5 on the button game, which is that the blind is on the button. So you can see that $5 chip right there on the button. Looks like we got a $10 straddle. A couple of callers there. And Kobe with an ace, queen, 7, 5. Not a great hand, but not a bad one either. He's got the pair of queens and the pair of aces. He is double suited. Or sorry, the suited queen and the suited ace. And Jade with the 9, 8, 7. She's been playing aggressively, probably good enough for her to play. She's going to stick around. Donald does hit a pair of kings as well as a pair of aces, so he's got top 2 pair. No flush draw, though. It looks like Billy's got the 10 high flush. And Basil is mysterious. He's out of there, though. He didn't like his hand. He probably wasn't going to keep chasing a flush draw, I don't imagine, unless he had a pair to go with it. He's getting out of the way. Donald is 63% equity. A real good spot to be in. But Kobe's not dead. He's got 35% equity with that pair of aces and the queen high flush draw. Ooh, a 6 hits the board. That doesn't help either player. Donald still has top 2 pair, and he's got 71% equity. Bets 125. Kobe's got to wonder, is my pair and flush draw good enough? 30% equity. He's getting the good pot odds for it. He's getting about 3 to 1, I believe. 4 to 1, I believe. Yeah, almost 4 to 1. He does make the call. Sorry, 3 to 1. You don't count the bet into the pot. And he hits the flush. There it is, that 9 of hearts. It pays off. Kobe's float pays off. Now he's got to decide, do I bet into Donald, who has been the aggressor so far, or will it scare him off? He does elect to bet 225. Donald raises all in, or as most as he can.
Players all in.
He can. The pot is big enough for him to bet. All in. Okay, Kobe got to be loving this. Now the only question, Donald has a great blocker. He's got the king of hearts. Kobe is second best. He's got the second nut flush draw, and Donald is holding the king of hearts. So he's trying to push Kobe off that hand with his 2 pair. He was not able to boat up. So he doesn't have a full house. He's not able to beat a flush. This is a bluff, but a well-timed bluff. Donald really pulling out a pretty good play right here, especially against Kobe, who has been very tight previously. So far tonight, Kobe has made a couple of laydowns. He's been playing very conservatively. Donald with the new school. Beard looking fierce. And Kobe makes the call, and it is the right call. He is able to take down that pot, a $2,000 pot. Donald not happy with that result. Well played, though, Donald. Well played bluff, holding that king of hearts. You like to see it. Now, this is what I'm talking about. We've got some action out here. We've got an action game tonight. Love to see it. Donald immediately stands up, not because he's upset, just so he can get a better reach into his wallet. Lays down a couple of bills on there. And like I said, as the first hour, I expect that, what was it, $12,000. I expect that to double up. Donald does not look happy after that. But can you blame him? I think that was a good play. I think that was a very good play. Could have folded, lost the minimum. Could have bluffed at it, tried to gain the maximum. And The man's got heart. Can't fault him for that. That was a really good play with that king of hearts.
Right.
You see what I did there? It wasn't good enough that time. Now we're still doing PLO. We got the dealer counting out the dollar bills. Change those into playable chips. You don't want to play a game. You don't want to play a poker game with dollar bills. Messy. They blow all over the place. Hard to keep them in a pot together. Hard to count out the pot. Yeah, it's just not a good time. That's why we use chips here. And actually, you know what? If you are like me, kind of a chip snob, Kojaks has some pretty good chips. You can tell that they've been played a lot. Some of the graphics on the top of the chips are starting to wear off on some of them, depending on how long they've been in circulation. But they shuffle easy. They've got a nice heft to them, a good weight. And if you drop them on the floor, I have never done that. Never dropped them on the floor. I'll say it again. I've never done that. I don't know who would. Then they make a nice clink sound, so they're easy to find just by sonar. You can use sonar to see, oh, that chip hit the bottom of the table. I know exactly where it is. Hey, it's BYOB out here. Don't blame me. Kobe, changing subjects here. Get back to the game. Kobe's got suited ace. Ace 8-7-4. He's got the ace and the 4 suited. Robbie's got one too many hearts here, but not a bad hand overall. Ace Queen 10. A lot of Broadway cards there. And we've got 4 players to the flop, which is a 2. Is that an ace on there? Now try and we hit the turn. Goes check around to the turn. Must have been a suited card. Looks like everybody's doing a suit check. And we've got Kobe betting out into it. Is that $1? Oh, $30. We got 5 trade deuce on the flop. Oh, queen trade deuce on the flop with a 5 on the turn. And we've got 3 players left. We're catching up on the action.
120.
Corey's out of there. Ooh, and an 8. Eight of spades. Looks like Kobe takes down the pot.
Appreciate the tips. You got your mind coming in?
I probably called it again 20 times, but kind of the same thing.
3.3K for Billy. Still staying above that $3,000 mark. Not a bad place to be. Still got Chris at the short stack right now on his phone. Get in there, Chris. Chris always complains about rocks, which, if you are not familiar, is a tight passive player. Basically a player who will sit out as many hands as it takes to get to that sweet, sweet ace king. And here he is being a rock. You kind of have to be when you're playing short stack, so I'll let you slide on this one, Chris. And here we go. We are playing hand 21. I'm telling you, the PLO, the first round moved real fast. We caught up pretty quickly, 21 hands so far. And Hold'em got a slow start, kind of picked up a little bit towards the end. Let's see if we can get a big pot brewing on this one. Robbie with the suited King 7 has also got a Jack 9 in there offsuit. KJ 9-7 under the gun. Yeah, I don't think I'd play that. If I was Robbie, I'd probably let that one go. But he's going to toss in a 5er. Quick call and chips. Looks like Jade's going to raise to 40. 15? 20. She raises to 20. Got a nice hand, though. King 10 suited with a 7 trade. Donald arguably with a better hand. A pair of trays. Also an ace king. Also double suited. And he does have the most equity. Billy's hand I like. It's got one too many hearts on there. Not too bad, but he is coming in. If he were to make a flush, he would be coming in second to Jade's king high flush. 2 aces hit the board and a jack. Donald picks up trip aces. And there's a 4 on there. Oh, and it is a spade, so Donald improves from 3 of a kind aces to a flush king high. He goes ahead and bets. Everybody else gets out of there. He opts to not check the flush. Goes ahead, just gets aggressive with it. You love to see it. Chip count looking similar. Chris at 490, still up from his buy-in. Not too bad. Corey 775, and Donald sitting at 1.1K now after buying in. Rebuy. It's just like a game of Halo, you know. You get taken out, you respawn. Where are my Halo friends at? They got that new series on there. What is it? Paramount? I think Paramount's making or just released a series based on the Halo game franchise. Have not watched it. I'll be honest, I'm taking a stand here. Somebody has to. Taking a stand. There's too many platforms. Too many streaming platforms for me. I stick to the good ones. I stick to YouTube. Which, by the way, if you're watching us on YouTube, let us know. Write us in the comments. We love reading the comments. Always have a good time with them. If you want to roast me, hey, more power to you. I am all for it. I deserve to be roasted. A couple of misspeaks earlier in the night, you know, and that happens. I'm still learning PLO. Picked up a book on it. Have not cracked open the book just yet, though. So, yeah, roast me on the book. Roast me on the PLO knowledge. Or roast me on play. If you've played with me, you know. Okay. I make some silly moves every once in a while. It's fun to roast me on that too. But yeah, I stick to the good ones. YouTube is kind of where I stream my videos, or just good old-fashioned DVDs. Now here we go. This is a good flop. We got 2 aces on there. We got a jack on there, and we got 2 hearts. So Robbie picks up a flush draw. We've got Eric with an ace, so he's got 3 aces right now with that jack kicker, probably going to use the 9. Chris with his pair of queens and his pair of 6s he needs some help. He could pick up a backdoor diamond draw. Eric's going to be sticking around. Donald and Jade both have jacks, but I don't expect them to stick around. Chris gets out of there with his queen, and Eric takes down a pot. Love to see that. $620, $360 of it is profit. Not a bad pot. Should bump him up to just over that 3K mark. 2.9K now. And Donald now at 1K even. Basil just barely below that mark. Hey, Basil and Chris need to start getting into some pots, if I do say so. Start making some moves. If we had PFR on there, I'm sure they'd be in the bottom of the barrel. In fact, I think I've only seen Basil raise 1 time. Chris, same story, 1 time. So let's get in there. Let's see what we got. It's only been 20 hands, so it is forgivable. But I'd like to see that aggression pop up. I love watching aggressive poker. It's really interesting, the mind games that players play. The leveling involved. But anyway, that Halo series, I'm taking a stand. Not going to be subscribing to Paramount Plus. There's too many streaming services. Write us in if you disagree. I'm not sure if that's a controversial statement or not. I haven't really heard anybody disagree with that. I brought it up a couple times at parties, just talking around, and it seems to be the consensus. It seems like the market is saturated. So I will not be watching Halo unless somebody sits me down and shows it to me. But let me know if you like it. Halo, probably a good action-packed franchise to draw inspiration from. I know that they've got some books and stuff like that. Flop comes 8 tray deuce. Donald hits a pair of 8s. Cody doesn't have much, still holding the pocket pair of 10s, but does have the highest equity. Robbie does make the call. There are no clubs. Well, now there's 1 club. Turn is the 6 of clubs. Kobe not going to be able to make a second best flush to Robbie's hand. But Kobe with the pair of 10s still ahead. and an ace hits. That was one of Robbie's very few outs to make a better hand than Kobe had. But that's what I'm saying about PLO. One card changes the entire dynamic. You go from having the best hand. Now, well, when there's only 2 players, I guess it's easy to go from best to worst. But you do. You go from best hand to worst hand just like that.
I got it.
And that's exactly what happened. Robbie takes down a small pot, 190 bucks. Small to medium, I would say.
Maybe on the top of the river.
But hey, hard to go broke when you're taking down pots.
Oh no, you could have potted. No, you could have made it 6.
As long as you're winning those pots, you're doing all right, my buddy.
No, there were 7 people.
Big ones, small ones, send them my way.
20 negative. No, not 420.
Oh,
Yeah, bet
I'm
420.
like, wait, is my math?
418, man.
I feel that way about a couple of
That
things.
just sounds like you're fucking.
Plates of nachos, pizzas,
Say 430, 425.
big ones, small ones, whatever. I'll
420,
take
man. I
what
just
you
feel
got.
like you're fucking lying to me.
6 times 7, 42.
I just feel like you're lying to me. Say 420.
I am.
And we are doing PLO tonight. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're enjoying watching the stream. Let me know what you think. If you want to roast me, by all means, send us in a couple of jokes. And if you like what we're doing, let us know that too. We'll do more of it. You can tell us what you like. We'll do more of it because you are the reason that we are here. So thanks for watching, everybody. Couldn't do this without you. We really, really appreciate your viewership, your comments, your likes, your subscribes. Go ahead and hit that like button. Let us know we're doing a good job. If you think we are, in fact, doing a good job. I'll tell you one thing. I love commentating poker. This is really a kind of a dream come true situation for me. The way that everything just fell into place, I'm just having the best time. So I hope you're having a good time watching us. I hope my good time is infectious, and I hope you're enjoying it as well. We got a jack on the board. Kobe hits a set of jacks. Corey makes a pair of jacks with that ace kicker. It doesn't look like anybody's got 2 pair. Chris got a pair of 6s. Robbie's got a set of 5s. And Jade's holding almost all the Broadway cards now. Let's see. Donald's got an up and down straight. No, he's got a gut shot, but he does decide to get out of there. $120. Not a huge bet, but looks like it's too big for a lot of these players. And I don't blame them. They know their pot odds better than I do. Which is always what you want. If you know your pot odds better than George of the Jungle over here does, then you are in a good place. And it still looks like we're a set of jacks over a set of 5s. Not really a whole. Oh, there it is. That 7 gives Robbie the straight. There it is. And Jade likely to just check it down. Robbie probably could have bet there. I think he may have missed out on a little value there. I don't think Jade would have stuck around, but Kobe, with his top set, probably would have stuck around. Beaten 2 pair, no flush on the board, and even that straight is, well, it's not too disguised. You got 4 to a straight on there. Chip count 3.2 for Billy, still above that $3,000 mark.
Yeah?
We would have
Not
changed
too
it.
bad.
Huh? No, you definitely would not have won.
Well, that's why you're not calling with fucking 8.
I had.
Hey, good job.
And we've got the
Good
mics
call.
up on the table. Hopefully you can hear them.
Would you have a gut shot? Or runner to a gut
No, I
shot?
was opening.
A little trash talk. Just friendly needling is what we call that. Friendly needling. Or at least that's what I heard. See, Eric is now under the gun, so we've got, I believe, 2 hands until we switch back over to Hold'em. Picking up the King-Queen suited with a 6 deuce also. Under the gun, he decides to let it go.
84, basic.
King-Queen, pretty strong, but those other 2 cards, not worth playing, he says. And Billy's getting up there. He's meeting a fan. It's that poster he's got sitting across from him. Ooh, he does pick up 3 aces. Interesting, interesting. 3 aces and a jack.
Monday, so I'll be.
Not a bad name for a sitcom. Not sure what it would be about.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Basil checks, probably doesn't like that flop. That flop is 9-8-4, 2 diamonds. Billy does have, his jack is suited with one of his 3 aces, go figure. He does pick up a diamond draw for the nut flush draw. Robbie does have 2 pair, his 8s and his 9s. Jade, pair of 4s, and a 7-8-9. Don't think she can make a straight. She has a backdoor straight possibility. And a backdoor flush possibility with her 7 deuce.
I think I went there in 2017.
Ooh, bet a 60 and 2 collars. We're going 3 ways to the river, and it's a 7. Believe that improves Jade's hand. Now she's got 2 pair. Robbie with 3 pair. 7, 8, 9.
It should be the amount.
I-
Okay, 250.
Yeah, Billy can't make a straight, so he is still working on that flush draw with his pair of aces. His pocket pair of aces currently. 7, 8, 9, Robbie with 3 pair. Now Robbie, if a 10 hits, can make a straight, so he's working on that straight. Jade, I don't believe can make a straight. She's only got 12% equity.
Check.
Ooh, and a 4 comes. One of her outs. She does boat up. Wow. Let's see if she can maximize value. Makes a large bet. 600, almost the full pot size. Billy's thinking about it. Probably going to have to let it go. Pair aces, pocket pair aces, not a super strong hand to have, especially on this board. You got 5-6 that'll make a straight. You got 10-jack that'll make a straight. And Robbie gets out of there too with his 3 pair. It should be a consolation prize. I'm gonna try and make that a thing next time I play. If I hit 3 pair, let's see if somebody will give me some money. They probably won't. They probably won't.
Eric, just because it was used on you, don't mean you can use it on everybody else the rest of the night, okay?
You know what? They do a 7 deuce game in Hold'em. Sometimes they'll play that here. I'm trying to remember. 3-5 is the Charlie. 3-5 is Charlie's hand. He'll every once in a while put a bounty on the 3-5. So maybe that's the Kojak 7 deuce game. But there should be a PLO version. If you get 3 pair and you are able to take down a pot, that should be like the 3 deuce game. I don't know. We'll work on it. We'll workshop that. We'll brainstorm some ideas and we'll workshop that. See if we can come up with some rules that actually make sense.
Hey, she speaks English, you don't have to say it louder, like she understands English.
And here's the
15 minutes on the
VPIP.
live stream.
Jade, 85%, easily the most aggressive player. Just like I said, Chris and Basil at the very bottom. 28 and 29%. So within 1 percentage point of each other. I say jump into some pots. Be more like Jade. Basil picks up ace 10, 5 tray. Should jump in there. He does make the call for a min call.
I got your back.
Limping in there. Corey, not too bad. Pair of 9s, pair of 8s, double suited. You love to see that. That's actually probably my favorite hand. Even though it's got low equity, that's my favorite hand of the of this hand. My favorite holding of this hand? My favorite hold card of this hand. Jade actually holds the other 2 8s, so all 4 8s are accounted for right now. I believe all 4 aces are accounted for too. Yeah, Basil's got an ace, Kobe's got 2 aces, and Eric has an ace. This is a family pot. Kobe raises it to 15, not good enough to kick anybody out. And the flop comes queen, 5, tray, 2 diamonds. Corey's working on a flush. Kobe's working on the nut flush. And Donald also working on a flush. Let's see, Jay makes a pair of 5s. Not likely good enough. Basil does make 2 pair though. Pair of 5s and pair of 3s. He'll take that ace along as a kicker that does play right now. Still sitting low in the equity. Looks like Kobe's got the most equity with his flush draw. And technically he's got overcards, but I think all of them are used up. He's got a jack. Billy's got a jack. Donald's got a jack. And there's one more jack in the deck by my count.
Long time.
They usually put 4 of them in there.
Right
Four.
there.
I'm kidding.
Four.
I'm kidding, of course. We always use the standard decks here.
2001.
44, beautiful.
Long time ago.
And let's see here. Kobe's going to make the call. He's
Jake,
got 50% equity now.
135.
It's 135 to Jade. She's going to think about it for a second with her pair of 5s.
I was really thinking about the hand.
Wow, her pair of 8s will play.
Back from what I thought.
Now we are going to a turn. Let's see if we can get a diamond on there. Ooh, it's a 10. That's actually not too bad. Let's see if that brings any more action. Got Kobe making a pair of 10s. And we've got Donald. Looks like he's got his up and down straight draw. Doesn't have a made hand just yet, but does have the up and down straight draw. Does have the diamond draw. However, if he gets a diamond, he's going to be drawing dead to Kobe's better flush.
Black smudge. Yeah, I can see a smudge. That's interesting.
And Kobe, the favorite to win the hand. Let's see. Ooh, it's a jack. And that does make Donald a pair of jacks. He's finally got a made hand, but that gives Kobe 2 pair.
It itches.
Check, check. Kobe takes down another one. Kobe doing well tonight. Could deal with a little more aggression, in my opinion. Maybe missed out on a little value there. Donald, not to kick him while he's down, Donald does seem to like calling.
Kobe with the
Donald checks his cards one more time before he tosses him in the middle. Getting beat up a little bit. You know what? I'll take your side on this one, Donald. You're getting a little beat up on this.
Careful what you wish for. There's somebody on your right that knows exactly what those are.
Whoa.
Getting a little beat up. But you know what? That's what happens. When you chase a flush down, it doesn't always happen by the river. Can't get mad at yourself, can't get mad at your cards. Certainly don't get mad at the dealers. You know, it's just, that is the game. And that's the cycle, too. You start, he looks a little defeated. He's got his arms on the table in kind of a deflated way. Starting to tilt. Let's see if the other players notice that, catch on to that. Start taking advantage. Looking at the ceiling is a good indicator. You always got to mind your body language when you're here at the table. It's a dead giveaway when you stare at the table like that. You're not happy. And Corey picks up all clubs all the time.
and Corico.
I hope you're a fan of Arrested Development. If you are not, check that show out. Was just quoting the line earlier when Job is reading the menu to Lucille 2, and he talks about club sauce. So I think from now on, I'm going to call these hands, if you have 4 of the clubs, if you have 4 cards that are all clubs in your PLO hand, you're looking for club sauce. And of course, in PLO, you can only use 2, or you have to use 2. You can only use a maximum of 2 cards from your whole cards, and you can only use a minimum of 2 whole cards as well. So if you have 4 clubs in your hand, and 1 club hits the flop,
I mean, I'm just,
don't have a
I'm
flush.
just saying.
You've still got 3
I
to
thought
a
somebody,
flush.
I will bet
Still
the
technically
house
a backdoor at
on
that
Arkansas.
point. And because you're holding so many clubs, your chances of making that flush
On the
are not
floor.
very high.
Based on the way they
The house.
So it looks like that's why Corey got rid of his hand. It's club sauce.
Yeah, that's what he said.
But you know what? It won't be the first time I've lost a house.
I love doing that impression of Job. He cracks me up. 3 spades, so Billy already has the nut flush. He's going to have to... oh, and Basil picks up a flush as well. Let's see if he decides to make some calls.
Basil raise.
Oh, and he raises it. Uh-oh, this could be a bad situation. Eric with his set of queens. That is the case queen, by the way. Jade holding a queen as well. So Billy has a decision to make. Does he shove right now? Basil is short stacked. He's only got about 530 behind. So he could bet the pot and push Basil all in. He decides to think about it for a second, probably Hollywood a little bit. Smooth calls. Jade gets out of there with a pair of queens. Likely knows she's beat. Eric thinking about it for a second. texting grandma saying, I just got a pretty good hand. She says, maybe think about it for a second, shuffle some chips. He says, all right. Puts his phone down, thinks about it for a second, starts shuffling his chips. And he decides to make the call. Now he's looking for a boat. Oh, actually, he's already got it. No, he doesn't have a boat yet. He can only use 2. So he's looking for another 4, which would be the case 4, to hit the board, or another 2. Ooh. And Basil goes all in when that 8 hits the board. Bad situation for Basil. This is the first real big hand that he's got. He played it aggressively, finally getting in there. Unfortunately, he is dominated with his jacks, with his jack high flush, I mean. Does not look like he's able to turn a boat. He is drawing dead. Eric is able. He's got an 8% shot. He's got a couple of outs. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off. Let's see if he makes the call. Decide to go to a river. Billy smooth calls, trying to get maximum value. That's got to raise some red flags for Eric.
He's been on the run for 2 years. But for 4
I
years,
think
been
if
on the run for
Billy had raised, it would have looked a little less suspicious than if he made the smooth call. Oh, and it's another spade. A 9 of spades hits the board. Does not pair the board. So Eric would not have had a boat. Billy passing up the 4K mark. Billy the big winner of the night so far. Playing aggressively. Making good folds. Making a couple of good laydowns. Making a couple of good calls as well. A couple of bluff catching calls earlier in the game. If you're just joining us, welcome. Hope you're having a good time. Happy Saturday, everybody. Crack open a cold one for me. I am not
I was trying to go
drinking
up
today.
and bet on him.
Brunch, table 9.
I went to brunch and had a spicy margarita earlier. Love those. It was a jalapeno and something else with the spicy salt on the
I
rim.
thought he had.
I know, I thought you
Very
had.
tasty.
I thought
Very
he had
tasty.
smaller spades.
Highly
than-
recommend. Spicy drinks, something that I have recently discovered since I moved to Texas. Been here about 5 years now. Really enjoying it. You are lovely. Love the people out here. And actually the scenery. I think a lot of people don't really enjoy it. But I gotta say, I really like the scenery. Checking out Big Bend. When you got the mountains around Marfa. Really, really pretty area to me. I like the aesthetic. But since I've been here, first time trying spicy drinks. Not a big fan of Bloody Marys. Hail from New Orleans, was born there. Bloody Marys are a big thing out there. Never really drank them too much. But you put a jalapeno in a margarita, you have got my number. Love that kind of stuff. Has since worn off. It's 10 o'clock. I had brunch at 1 this afternoon, so sitting here just sipping on some water, trying to wet my whistle with all this dry weather we've got in West Texas. Chris makes a good play here up against Jade, who has been very aggressive and playing fairly loose. Does have a good hand right now. Not a better hand than Chris. He was able to sniff that out. He's looking down, avoiding eye contact, trying not to give away too much information, checking out whatever video he's watching on his phone. And it may be us. It looks like some sort of poker. Yeah, that tracks. Chris is a big fan of the game. Very knowledgeable, almost encyclopedic. Chris, that's the only compliment I'm going to give you. I'm kidding. I like Chris a lot. Good man, good man. And does take down that $600 pot. That puts him up from the bottom position. Now Donald in last place as far as the chip count is concerned at 575. Chris moves up to 645. I believe over a 50% increase from his buy-in, his mid-buy at 400. Playing that short stack pretty well. Doing what you got to do. He's playing tight. He's playing aggressively when he gets a good hand. Unfortunately, Basil does not look like he is sticking around. I think he changed games, so may have an open seat. Unfortunately, Basil also playing the short stack well, playing aggressively, playing tight, but just ran into a flush over flush. and wasn't that far behind. He had a jack high flush.
Yeah.
You're playing basically.
So it's tough to get away from
high
that,
only with
that
five
kind of
cards.
situation. And Billy's just smooth calling.
One of
So,
little Donnie's boys, you know, revised.
You
$5
know,
for his 80
you
80
know it's
pounds.
tricky to read, and he's got that mountain of chips over there.
He got Daryl
Billy
told,
does.
no,
A lot of tall stacks. He is the chip leader at the table. He has been winning very good pots.
6,000 behind.
He's got a Jack 9 suited now, barely dominated by Robbie's Jack 10 offsuit. And Chris has a pair of 10s. He decided to 3-bet that. Got 2 callers, pots 180 already. Simple math. $60 times 3 is 180.
Jack.
Let's see what kind of flop we get. 8, 5, deuce.
Redraw to the front leg, right?
And not bad for either of the jacks. Honestly, that 8 may entice some players to chase down the straight. Not a great idea. You don't usually want to chase backdoor draws. The odds are really tough to calculate. So it's kind of just not even worth it. Chris takes it down with the best hand, though. He does bet his pair of 10s. Standard C-bet. That moves him up another spot. He's at 765.
He called. Guess what the river is?
Closing in on Robbie's 1.1K chip count.
A jack.
You'll love to see it.
He flips over Jack, Jack, deuce, deuce. He pots it.
You'll love to see
We
it.
both flop a set. I have
Yeah, a
flop
lot of
set.
dust out here in West
He's got
Texas.
little set.
Got my allergies
I
going.
tried Broadway.
I've been watching some of this game
One out
behind my eyelids because I'm
Get it
just
all
rubbing
in.
my eyes nonstop. It's real dry, so my eyes are a little watery. It's also real dusty, so my allergies are going a little nuts. I hope you at home are faring a little better than I am
So good. There's only like-
because this is not fun. Robbie's got the ace jack offsuit. Jade with the jack 4 suited. Hey, what's a jack 4?
I like it.
Wait, who said that? Change of tire?
Hey, but I like it. You guys have a problem, they gotta put boxing gloves on.
Having a great time commentating poker. Hope you are as well. Love it here at Kojak's. Fantastic vibe. Always fun on a Saturday.
Boxing gloves.
And if you're really serious about playing the game, Saturday is a great night to do so. We usually have a good couple of games going, whether you like round of each or you're just a flat-out hold'em player like I
Tommy
am.
Burgess went over
You'll be
there.
able to find a
He's
seat.
like, if y'all wanna go to the
And
backyard,
you'll be able to find somebody that maybe give you a little money if you get a good hand
Y'all
going.
just win.
Queen 8-5, 2 hearts out there. Robbie with the ace of hearts, looking for the backdoor flush draw. Probably not going to hit it.
Where's the skin at?
Just going by the odds.
Yeah.
Eric's got the up and down straight draw. He's worried about a heart. And Jade, she's got an air. She's probably going to get out of there. Jade playing very aggressively, but knows when to fold. That is the difference between her and me. There's a 7. Eric pairs his 7s. Which is technically better than Robbie's hand.
No matter what.
Robbie's got an overcard with that ace. Missed out on the backdoor flush draw.
I played the game.
Still holding the ace of hearts though. So if another heart comes, he may be able to bluff at it as long as it's not one of the hearts that makes Eric straight. That would be probably a crying call if we're in Eric's shoes.
It was funny because Murray was there.
If, say, the 4 of hearts comes off,
We're all
I
laughing.
would probably make the call.
Donnie's got an English bulldog. And Murray has 2.
Eric's a better player than me though. I'm no bones about it. I will say that. I've played with him a couple
In the
times.
other room, but we can see him. He's in there like sitting down like a little
Good table
kid.
manners,
He's, like,
good
throwing
table
dog
demeanor.
tricks at him, and Murray's, like, pushing
I like
him.
to joke a lot.
He's running at
He's a little
him.
more quiet.
I said, Murray,
But he is a
play with
great
yourself
player.
in the mirror. You
And
got a
it's fun to
hand.
watch him play.
If Murray was all, "Fuck
He's
you,
into it
dude,"
right now
he
with
comes
Robbie.
back and, like, Murray got it all in like a couple times, and I busted him once.
Eric
and
makes
the
the
other guy busted me.
call. There's the 4. Wow, there it is. The 4 of hearts.
It was like
Giving Eric the
10
straight.
and he told me,
And
he's like, "Hey, I'm out at 11."
giving
And I was
Robbie
all,
the,
"Alright."
that's
And he
it.
was
That's
all,
exactly what
"No,
happened.
I'm
Giving
serious, like, I
Robbie
gotta get up
the
early, like, I gotta be up at,
green light to go ahead and bluff at it.
I gotta be up at
Unfortunately, that was just one of the only hearts that made Eric's
Oh,
hand.
shit,
He
we
would have
can't
probably
do
been
that.
able to get away with it
Okay,
if it were not
Murray loses
the
fucking
4
everything 10 minutes
or the
before.
9 of hearts.
It's only with a pair of 7s.
And Eric makes the crying call, takes down the pot, 1.1K, $1,000 plus pot. Looking pretty good. PFR Billy at the top now, 30%. Surprised to see Jade at 19%. She's just real aggressive post flop. Robbie at only 6%. Chris not far behind at 10.
Yeah.
Sometimes a $20, $80
I did open with
Well,
six,
that's what I'm
seven,
saying, like,
So a good table dynamic. I think of poker as a kind of a rock paper scissors
I was
game,
gonna leave.
and the best way to if you call maybe an aggressive player, you call them scissors. Best way to beat scissors is by being a little more passive, letting them bet, being a rock. So it's good to have such a diverse range of PFR, because it means other players are really adapting to each other and how they're playing. It really just makes for a more dynamic game. It depends on the mood. Some of these players typically play a little more aggressively than they are right now, and some of these players typically play a little more passively than they are right now. It just could be that warm Saturday sunshine that we have. Maybe it's the dry dust that's really messing with my allergies. Changing up the mood at the table a little bit. But I'll tell you one thing for sure, Jade with that 3-bet, unsurprising to anyone who's sitting there. But she does have a pair of jacks, and real tricky to play the fish hooks. Eric with the ace-10 does make the call. Robbie with the trade-do suited, the dirty dagger. Ooh, it does pick up a up and down straight draw.
You do it.
Not too bad there.
And I started telling
Jade
him,
bet,
my back hurt.
150.
Jade bets 150, gets Eric out of there. Robbie makes the call with his up and down straight draw. Jade with her pair of jacks will never see it coming if an ace hits the, if a 6 hits the board.
Like a list?
I suspect. You know what? I'll put it this way. I would never suspect. Were I in Jade's shoes, we'll have to see if Jade can pick up on whether or not Robbie makes the straight. Now, he does have the advantage. He's got the range advantage. He's on the button. He's got lower cards. That 5 hits the board. He could much more easily have a 5 than Jade would under the gun. So if he were to raise here, he can't raise here because he would be all in. So he's really, I love this play by Jade, really applying the pressure. Either he's got it or he doesn't. And Jade may think he makes the call. He does make the call all in. Jade may be a little bit worried with this last card to run out. Let's see if they decide to run it a couple times.
They are 20 is 190.
If I were,
How much they want?
300. I'm less than 400.
if I were Jade,
Jade has a
sorry, if I
bunch
were
of
Robbie, I would definitely try to run it as many times as
Go
possible.
over your roof, man.
Twice?
Twice.
Jade has a bunch of
They
chips.
do decide to run it twice. There's the 3. There's the 9.
Who said that? What about me?
No help.
We're just letting everybody know you have a bunch of chips.
Jade scoops
We're trying to get
a
players.
scooper-owner.
Come get it.
And pot is 1.2K.
It's
Robbie.
always in play.
Okay, that was my last answer.
Robbie is out of chips for now. Let's see if he decides to buy back in. I'm telling you, this table just adding money to it. Chip count now, Billy at 4K, Jade 2.8K after that pot. And Chris now at 765, almost doubling up his mid-buy.
Who is coming here? Please come.
If he were to double up again, he would be doing very well. Move up a spot or two on the leaderboard. Well, the chip count board.
Also Midkiff,
We got the Crusher running in here.
Midland Athletic Company or something, they just sell.
One of my favorite dealers out there, the Crusher.
I think it was.
I would not know where that.
Got there a little too late to crush. A couple of players have already left.
My back's been killing me.
Looks like a tough game this evening. And the chips are going in just a few directions. Chris almost able to double up, so you could arguably say Chris is pulling in some chips efficiently.
Table, you lay flat, and then they just move your legs.
We got Jade pulling in a couple of good chips, as well as Billy, who is sitting across from his picture in a chair right behind Chris.
Raised to 30.
Let's see, we got Donald under the gun with Queen. Trey does not like it very much. Chris 10-9. We got Corey with the raise to 30 bucks with the ace jack.
4 players.
10-9. That's a speculative hand, I'd say, in that position. You're facing a raise and you're out of position. Chris does decide to elect on playing it.
55.
Eric picks up 3 to a straight, which is what I call hell. Actually, no, I'll say 4 to a straight is hell. You never seem to pick up that extra card. Or at least I never seem to. I never feel like I do. That's that poker perception. When you play pocket kings, you feel like an ace hits the board every single time. When you're 4 to a straight, you feel like you never make that straight. Either flop it or you don't. You never get there. Donald now at the bottom of the chip leaderboard. Still a good amount of money on the table, even if we have lost Basil. I believe it was Robbie. I believe Robbie's going to be coming back.
Not sore because I
Donald's been sitting out.
Morning, so I figured if I
He's
could-
got the missed blind chip.
Yeah, that was my first.
Not one of my favorite things to see if I'm playing at the game at the table. I always feel like what could have been? What could have been?
That was one of the best things I ever got. I only got on it a few times. and it was one
That's the game of poker, though. You
I
just
tried
never
one
know.
once and I
Had I done something a little different? What if I sat there for 1/2 of a second before I threw out a bet? Would that have changed anything?
Well, the hard thing was getting myself back
He's
upright once I got upside down.
newbie poker player.
Supposed to
thinks
do it with your back. My core's not quite there.
And that has been another episode of Newbie Player Thoughts. Jade picking up the queen 10 in the cutoff. Not too bad there. I would definitely play that, especially in position. Oh, and 7-6 deuce hits the board. Corey's got top pair, top kicker. He's kind of like that. But it's a, I would say a medium-sized pair, that pair of sevens. Many cards could come out that would scare him away. Trying to get rid of Jade while he can. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. And a 5 hits the board. And a 10 hits the board on the river. That is an over card. Corey decides to bet 70. I don't expect Jade to shy away from her top pair now with that 10.
One has the happiness, one gives you a little happiness.
There it is. Corey sees the bad news. He got rivered. Corey also a good player to play against, drinking his classic drink, Diet Mountain Dew. Billy at 4K. Donald at 575. And Kobe kind of in the middle there at 2.2K. Still a lot of money on the
Sleeper
table.
straddle.
We got a straddle. We got a sleeper straddle.
Yes, ma'am.
Donald jumping back in here. Buying on, adding a couple more chips with that sleeper straddle. Now I believe,
Oh, never mind.
I'm not super well versed in sleeper straddle. I believe if somebody raises, then that sleeper straddle goes away. But if the action folds or calls to the sleeper straddle, then it is live.
Damn it, Billy.
Full, raise to 15.
Raised to 15 from Billy, so I believe that sleeper is just dead.
Call. Call.
And Donald does decide to
Oh,
make a
you
call.
Yeah,
With his 8 trade
I was
suited.
I missed my big blind.
Yeah, you already got 10 in the middle, why not?
5 players.
Kind of a loose call, but hey, you got 5 players to the flop.
Your big blind didn't have any chips.
Pretty good pot odds.
Check.
Flop comes low, 8-5 trade, 2 diamonds. Jade does have the ace of diamonds,
Oh.
so a backdoor
I thought you left, there wasn't any chips.
diamond draw. Maybe she will be able to bluff at it.
It's not like 700.
Heads
She's
up.
also got a pair of trees. Trays? Pair of trees. And the turn comes a 7.
Check.
Donald with his 2 pair, probably not going anywhere. Probably not going anywhere unless a club or a diamond hits. Jade likely to play it smooth, make a, oh, she does not decide to smooth call there. Donald takes down a pot. Getting some chips going his way. Finally, let's see if that's a sign of things to come. Donald has had a rough go of it so far. He is adding on more chips. The second time he's added on chips, but he has only gone bust once. Now he's got a sizable stack in front of him. See how he uses that stack. Looks like he went for a walk, no longer staring at the ceiling, no longer tilted. You got to take a minute after you give up a big clue like that, I think, to cool down a little bit, or at least let the players believe that you have cooled down a little bit. We're switching over to Omaha. If you're just joining us, we're doing a round of each game tonight. A round of each. We're doing PLO. We're doing No Limit Hold'em. And we are alternating between the two. So now we have just started the PLO cycle. Looks like it's going to be a good one. A lot of action so far. I believe it was hand 3, hand 4.
Raise
I
to
think it was hand
65.
3. We had it all in at PLO already. So a lot of action out there. These chips are changing hands real quick. Let's see. Jade does probably going to keep her ace queen, her ace quisha.
No.
She's been playing aggressively. She's been making some calls,
Chase.
and she does decide to stick with that ace quisha. Chris, I'm a little more skeptical. I don't expect him to stick around. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just watching a little PLO. We got a guest in the studio.
Good.
Say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Okay. 75.
Me and Eric? Oh,
Check. Check.
Eric waved the white flag.
Check. 150.
We got pocket aces. I'm in trouble. Jack. H Jack 6.
Only one. I had to try it.
I'm saying, should like, is he not the most random, like funny, like he says the most random? It's weird, like he just says it and it's not real. But then you like think about it later and like.
Can we see one there? Oh.
Old call.
Chris's is like on armor and.
Old call.
No, him, not that Chris, that Chris will say.
Call. 30. Two calls. Six calls. Eric calls. 40 calls. 5 players. Check. Check. 50. Fold. Raise 100.
All right, we got Chris in the studio still here helping us out. Looking good, looking good. Jade got the king high flush draw now with a pair of kings. Eric with the 10 high flush draw, and Billy with the queen high flush draw.
Oh, Jade's in there with 2 pair, kings and sevens.
There you go, kings and sevens. Not a bad place to be either. He could boat up. Oh, and Jade's got kings and sevens also.
Yeah. No, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Jade with the kings and sevens and the
Jade.
king high flush draw.
Yeah, Chris with the jacks and sevens could boat up just as easily.
Oh, Billy does not want a club.
No.
Billy does not.
Well, let's see. What
It's
club?
not. It's not likely a club is coming though.
What club do you think is coming off? You know it's going to be a club on the river. You know it's going to be.
It's got to be a club. That's what seven clubs in their hand plus 2. That's 9.
Oh!
At least 4.
Instead, we pair the board. Hit another 6 on there. Jade's kings and sevens are still best.
She can't be happy about the paired board though.
No, definitely not, especially with her 2 pair. Was cracking up earlier. I believe it was Eric had 3 pair. He was holding 3 of the cards in his hand that hit the board. And I thought there's got to be some sort of prize pool for that. There's got to be.
Something.
We need to make that happen.
Something.
They got 7 deuce and hold'em. They ought to have 3 pair in PLO.
I mean, 3 pairs got to be better than like what 3 of a kind or something.
Yeah, of course, right. It's got to work its way up the charts. I would put it below straight flush.
Oh yeah, maybe
somewhere
like just
below.
barely.
Yeah, somewhere below it. And Jade is able to take down that pot. Chip count looking good. Corey still now at the bottom, 565. Chris has been moving up slowly but steadily to 690, and Billy's just been on top just about all night.
So I think Chris's stack is actually a little bit short, a few hundred short.
It looks like, yeah, he was at 700 previous
Looks
to
like
that hand.
he's sitting probably close to 9 at this point. Hard to tell for sure, but I think
One
his
black and a stack of 25s.
Yeah. Well, he's got the stack of 25s. He's got another half stack of 25s and about 3 stacks of reds, which is somewhere in the 900 neighborhood.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right. I'll trust your eyes more than my own when it comes to counting out chip stacks. That's a skill I have yet to learn.
It may actually be even a little bit over 1,000, but he's doing okay.
He's doing all right. He bought in for 400, I believe, so he's doing well in that respect.
If you look real close, you can see his phone there, and that's actually the stream that he's watching right now.
I was wondering. I thought that was it.
So he is.
Let's see if he looks up at the camera when I pay him the one compliment that I ever have in my life. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Chris. Now that I know you're watching, that's funny. Yeah, he was made a big bet, started staring at the screen, and I thought, it looks poker related. It could be us. Sure enough.
It is our stream.
Oh, we got one loyal viewer out there. Thanks, Chris. We appreciate you. Yeah, it looks like we've got a comment on YouTube. Aspiring Whale says Chris has at least 400. That is a good call. He does have at least 400.
At the very least.
At the very least. That's the minimum buy-in. So everybody should be at least that 400 mark. And I can tell you one thing. Donald's got at least 400 with his pair of aces. Suited, by the way. Suited aces in his hole cards. Working on the nut flush draw to Jade's second nut flush draw. This could get interesting. It's been an interesting night for flushes.
It has been. It has been. And Jade thinks she wants a spade, but she doesn't.
She definitely does not. I mean, she gets out of there. Good read. Wow. Impressive read. That's the thing about Jade that I am impressed with. Billy the same way. Very aggressive, but is able to make those good tight laydowns in the right spots. Billy, of course, with the mystery hand, probably still doesn't want to run into Donald's flush if he were to make it. Oh. And we've got 6 and 7 of diamonds. Could have helped. Could have helped Billy. Oh, still no spades. Still no spades. Let's see. And it looks like Billy
just pulled his
chips back,
so
feeling confident. Looks like he won. He's got that Billy win grin.
At the very least, it's going to be a split. It may be maybe 100% to Billy. Let's see which direction this goes.
Looks like it's hard to see the cards even though they're turned over. Hard to see them up on the camera.
Got a little bit of a glare there.
Yeah, that's what you want though. You want shiny cards.
Oh yeah.
When you sit down at a table, I always examine how shiny are the cards.
Make sure I can see myself in the cards.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see my
King of
sunglasses.
spades? Yep, that's me right there.
That's me. Look at this big stupid smile I got.
Oh yeah, she's
looks like she's splitting the pot.
Splitting the pot, getting ready to push half one way and half the other.
So it looks like they were both holding maybe a pair of aces, or maybe they both had a pair of fives with an ace kicker.
The aces would have taken it in that case, but
you're right.
Billy probably hit a straight on the top board, and then didn't improve on the bottom board to get down half. So that's what I'm guessing probably happened there.
That makes more sense than what I said. PLO, tricky for me to keep up with. I was telling our viewers earlier that bought a PLO book so I could keep up with it a little better on the stream. Oh, yeah. Haven't cracked it yet. You can probably tell.
PLO is an interesting game. It's very expensive to get into.
Yes.
Trying to learn how it all works on the table, but once you get there, it can be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, especially to watch. If you're a spectator, it is high variance, and I think that really attracts a lot of people. It's just how big the swings are.
Well, if you think PLO is that way, we play a Big O game that's 5 cards in hand, and it is nuts.
That does.
It is. You can go from the nuts on the flop to worst hand on the river. I mean, it is absolutely crazy.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's crazy. The more cards you have in your hand, that's what it seems like. Then you do a draw, game, and it's just it gets up there. I was watching Helmuth was playing What was he playing? Was he playing Big O? He was playing Raz recently. He made it to a final table and took down a pretty good haul just recently, just this past week. They're still doing that. Chris got the ace 10. Let's see, he's going toe to toe with Jade, the Black Widow. And the flop is queen 4, 2 clubs.
There's Jade's cards.
And Jade
Has nothing.
Jade is looking to improve. We'll put it that way.
Jade is on a pair draw.
Jade is on him. She's drawn to a pair.
Oh, look, and she just hit her pair. She got a pair of fours now. So
she's got 2 pair.
oh, 2 pair. Yep, two pair. Queens and fours.
And a deuce on the river,
And
never
the deuce
changed
doesn't
nothing.
help. Yeah, it doesn't help anybody.
And it looks like Chris gonna take it down though. Billy has the check mark. Although I think Billy folded the hand. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Very
Got a
well.
couple of guests in the studio here.
Big guest here.
Awesome.
Nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet you.
Did
Did you see the spread that we put out for you?
It all still clear. Sorry.
So, we have some honored guests in here tonight. One
Welcome.
representative right now from Poker News.
Hey, Poker News. Good to hear from you, buddy.
So, I'm going to go ahead and let Jesse, right?
Yeah.
Jesse go ahead and tell you what he's been doing with his team. It is honestly truly exciting getting the word out about Texas card houses, the history, what's going on. But I'll leave it to Jesse and
Love it.
let him chime in on some of this action that he might be able to see here.
Sure.
First of all, I'm really happy to be in the presence of George.
Hey, yeah, well, George of the Jungle.
Oh, yeah.
Swinging through a couple of vines to get here,
Heck
grabbed
yes.
onto a boa constrictor by accident.
I live in Vegas. I'm finally here so I can meet the George. So I'm very happy. Yeah. So we are on a Texas road trip. It's gonna be 6 days total. We started. I flew in from Vegas a few days ago to Houston, and we're driving Houston to Austin to Midland to Dallas to College Station and back to Houston. Just trying to give love to all the poker rooms and also okay, well we got a
You
hammer.
found a good
Billy's
one.
got
good time
kings.
to walk in here.
My goodness, look at this.
Yeah,
Cody
Chris with the pair
queens.
of tens. Get the ace jack suited as well for Chris.
Jay trying to spike a deuce.
He's trying to spike a deuce.
Bottom says always good in PLO.
Ace.
Almost always.
Oh, there we go.
And we've got an action board to go with it.
that's really good flop for Jade.
It is a very good flop for Jay.
Very good flop for Jade.
Kobe too. Kobe's got the 4 clubs.
4 clubs here, so
That's right.
Oh.
Jane's not going anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if she raises here. Try to get that ace to call.
Kobe definitely going to be sticking around. Got the highest equity in there.
So let's see what Jade does here and what the turn brings for us. 6 diamonds, that's going to definitely, it gives her the same amount of outs, right? So her equity actually goes down, but Chris does
Probably.
pick up the nut flush.
Probably
with
going
top
to keep
pair.
Chris around for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Keep
I
that
believe
flush
so.
draw.
I believe so.
Jade's gonna be rough shape, looking for a 5.
5 will get her there.
Well, we filled
3 deuce.
Yeah,
5, 3 deuce.
2 deuces.
But I would suspect if this is a dry river, there won't be too much action.
I was hoping for the 3 of diamonds.
The
Hoping
second
for the
one.
3 of diamonds.
Suck like Minnesota.
So I'm gonna guess this is gonna go check, check.
Yeah, this looks like what we call a
Look at
checkerona.
this. Is this Chris trying to make a move?
Chris making a play.
Chris making a move.
Like the play. Poorly timed, though.
I don't think Kobe. Wow.
Kobe laid it down.
laid it
Wow.
down.
I take it back.
I don't think Jade can put this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And-
And Jade with the
4.
The 4 is going to take that down. Amazing that Kobe, who's been calling people pretty light tonight.
Pretty light tonight. Decided to make a big lay down there.
Again, with Jade behind him, it makes him a tough call, but
Right. Wasn't last to act, and especially an aggressive player like Jade, she could go all in at any
she
time.
could have it.
She could go, yeah, with anything too. We call Jade the Black Widow because
Yeehaw.
she'll bite you, man. She'll bite you.
Yeehaw,
But-
good lord.
Very nice play. And then you got to give Chris some effort. I mean, if no one's full there, it is a tough call.
Yeah.
But
Unless
there you
you're
go. There's
Jade
some
and
chip
then-
stacks.
Jade keeping her honest.
So, did Jade rebuy her or not?
No, Jade is up. Jade started out, I believe, at 2K, so
2,000,
she's
yeah.
almost doubled.
Yep.
Now surpassing Billy, who's been on top of the leaderboard almost all night.
Saw his chip stack and it looked like he was doing all right. I think those were the best 2 winners.
Try to get behind these guys. I'm gonna do a
Yeah,
picture of all
yeah.
this. for Poker News social media.
I'm not. I didn't get the black shirt memo, guys. I'm so sorry.
Next time,
I got
George.
some black shirt bands on here.
So I'm from Vegas. I'm the head of social media over at Poker News, and I do commentary for our Twitch streams. Anytime we have an online WSOP bracelet event, we'll host it because people can't watch it outside Nevada or New Jersey. They just can't watch. So we do some really fun broadcasts, and of course I've seen your guys either on the broadcast or I've seen like some great vlogs from Nee and those guys come out here and Kojaks. I mean, you guys have had.
Well,
a lot of fun.
we'll shut up and let you.
Honestly,
what are we doing here? I'm reading a screen. You know what to do.
I'm trying to take notes over here.
Chris with the bottom wheel, or not wheel, bottom straight. Good lord. Let's go with the deuce 3, 4, 5, 6. Poor Donald and Jade.
Yeah.
Donald's gonna get bit.
Jade.
Well, Jade has the. Jade is just good fold.
Just trouble. Yeah.
Yep. Kobe's can't go anywhere with the nut flush and a set. Wow. Look at this. And Chris, if you're gonna play Jack 9-3-2 and you hit your straight,
what are you supposed
you better
to do?
not go anywhere.
What are you supposed to do? Now, if it were me and I were Jade, I'd be so ecstatic because I would think
Kobe.
Look at this
Kobe
card.
with the boat.
Wow.
Kobe with the boat.
The boat and the nut flush draw. So well, not the nut flush draw. Excuse me. The straight flushes are there, but I don't know who's calling him.
Jade's got a flush. Jade's got the queen 3.
Oh, very good point.
Yeah. I mean, you have the 4 pairs of board.
Paired board, 2 spades that are better than her. Let's see how she plays this. Is she gonna see a free one?
She's thinking about it.
I mean, she's already got a flush. She could draw another 4 or a queen.
Ooh. Wow.
So, well, she lets it go.
Good.
I think that's a discipline.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's she'll make the move quite a bit, but she also
knows.
Doesn't mind laying down a big hand and
Was it Kenny Rogers? No one
No
to
one to
hold
fold
him?
him?
No one to fold him. There she goes.
Well, Kobe
And
may stick around and make a lot of calls, but if he's putting money in the pot,
he generally has.
If he's leading out, he's generally pretty strong.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys. What audience is your biggest? Is it Twitch? Is it YouTube? Is it Facebook? What do you guys?
We get the most on YouTube typically, but we'll get a couple of people on Facebook every once in a while as well. Or I would say in that order. It's pretty close: YouTube, then Facebook, and then Twitch.
Hey, what's up, Facebook?
What's going on? Actually, right now we got 10 people on Facebook, and we got 6 on YouTube.
Hey guys, I'm old. I'm on Facebook too. I'm almost 40. So what's up, Facebook? What's up, y'all?
I'm on Facebook also. Throwing no shade.
So are my aunts, my uncles, my grandmother's on there. Hey, Facebook's great.
Oh man, second aunts, second uncles, third
right.
ones.
Yep.
We got a comment on Facebook actually. As you mentioned, that Monkey Lamb says, "Miss you all." Hey Monkey, we miss you too. Come out and see us.
Monkey, I just met you. This is crazy. I don't miss you. Sorry.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna give us some digits.
Oh, we got some flushes
we got
here.
some. All right, this is gonna be an action packed, right?
Yep.
Eric with the set of aces. Corey with the again, not the nut flush, but the nut flush for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Well, the 3-2, but
okay.
I know. I'm
technically,
I'm technical here.
Yeah. Well, you gotta be. You gotta be.
As a dealer, instructor, and whatnot, we see everything, or we try to anyway. So Jade should be able to get away from this. I know she let out. What am I talking about?
No, Jade.
So I think she should get away from it, and she leads out. That does to how much I know.
Oh, wow.
Eric, how do you do it?
Eric, man, quad aces.
How you do it is you call a huge bet with a pair of 7s. That's how you do it.
Yeah, Eric.
That should shrink a few of these hands.
Oh.
But Corey's non-believer.
Good bet size, 150.
Oh,
Entices
is he
Corey
jamming?
to make a raise.
Corey is jamming. He's going to try and rep it.
Wrong time.
Good
Yeah.
hand.
Oh, is this a slow?
Well-sized.
Yeah, I was going to say,
is
is
this
he
a
a
slow
slow
roll,
roll?
Eric, what are you doing,
Is he
Eric?
thinking about it?
What should we do?
How much you got? How much you got? Oh, I love it, Eric.
Now, meanwhile, the poker room here, everyone pretty much knows everyone, and there's history and whatnot, and so they might be having a little fun
There's
with each
also
other.
2-3 of hearts possible.
It's only $440.
I think he's giving him a little speech here.
Eric is my new favorite person.
I think
man.
Corey is gonna. He's like, I have a chance. I have a chance.
Corey's got the dagger eyes. He's like, call me or don't.
If Eric's saying you want to run it more than once, I would
Okay.
be dying right
Of
here.
course, oblige him. Yes, we'll run it 5.
Oh, look at Corey's reaction.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What?
You're absolutely right. There is a lot of history there. A lot of needles being passed around.
Shoot.
You gotta love it.
And Eric also pairs his 6 on the river, by the way.
Just in case
Just
he
in
wanted
case
all
you-
of his cards.
Just in case the quads wasn't good enough.
Corey actually handling it well. Going to go ahead and rebuy here.
There he goes. Still got a stack of chips that he's got to use.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I got to get back out there and do some more action tracking.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris.
Thanks for stopping by, Chris.
What's the delay we're on? 15
I think it's 15, right?
15.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, cool. Beautiful.
Yep, we are on a 15-minute delay to prevent collusion, cheating,
Sounds about right.
or anything else that's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, or if someone just goes crazy, we can say, "Whoa, we don't want you guys to see it."
Whoa, whoa,
I mean,
whoa.
like slow rolls, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're
Slow rolls.
okay.
Listen,
Slow rolls.
where I come from, in a casino, slow rolls are obviously looked down upon. In your house games, they're encouraged. Right?
Oh,
If you
man.
can't kneel your friends.
Especially if you want a black eye. They're really encouraged.
Well, I mean, that may happen.
Yeah, we got another comment there. We got Ayla Moreno. Where's your boy Rich? Rich is not in the game today, but he's been playing.
Yep.
Good player, good player. She says, I'm going with the girl in the white cap. She is a baller. You'll get no disagreement
Yeah,
from
so
anyone
Jade
here.
is a regular here, and she does mix it up with all of the games that we offer. Last night we had a round of each, a No Limit, PLO, and Big O.
Oh, wow.
And with an $800 buy-in, at the end of the night, the average chip stack was probably $3,500. So the action was a flowing here.
Yeah.
Has been lately. Last Saturday, after we shut down the live stream, we had a PLO hand, which was a 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160, all live straddle
All
going.
around.
So if you guys are looking for some action, Kojaks will definitely offer that to you whenever you're in town.
Just quad aces, right? I mean,
Just quad aces.
Just quad aces. So
no big
so,
deal.
Like the tank call too. You should have heard me talking after that.
Well, I
now,
would
Eric,
like to.
Eric did. Now, as a sign of respect, Eric put him on more of like deuce 3 of hearts for the flop test. You know, steal
Right.
wheel. But
It's a hand you pay off.
he
Yeah,
did
that is.
not
Right?
like the tank
Not much you
on
can
that.
do there.
He was like, "What were you thinking?"
All right, if you are listening right now, Poker News on Twitter just tweeted out about the broadcast. You know, I made sure that George is well pronounced in our photo.
Yep, that is my real face.
So if you want to see George's face, now's the time. Go on twitter.com/poker news. Share this, retweet, you know, quote tweet, do whatever it takes to spread the word that, you know, we're hanging out tonight. So guys, what we've already done on this road trip, we've started in Houston, went to 3 poker rooms, then we got some sleep. Went to Austin, went to every poker room there is in Austin.
Wow.
How many is there?
I think there's 6 right now. The 7th one's closed right now.
Okay.
But we also, we went to 6 different poker rooms and just got to talk to them. We gave out some prizes. I gave out like a autographed Ace of Spades by Phil Hellmuth.
Nice.
Some old matchbooks signed by Hellmuth too. He signed everything I had. He's like, I'll sign it all. But we
He's
also
a great ambassador for poker.
He really is.
Yeah.
Really is.
I mean, he's also really tilty, which is really fun.
Yeah.
But,
And nice off the table. I've heard many stories about he's just a great dude.
very genuine, very cool. We went to a graveyard, which you might be like, wait, what? But we went to a graveyard in Austin and saw the grave of Jack Strauss, who was the 1982 main event winner, died in '88. This is the guy who created the legacy of chip in the chair. So this guy, he pushed his entire stack in without saying anything, and then lost, stood up, picked up his drink, and there was a chip under his cup.
Oh, man.
And because he didn't pronounce it, they were like, well, you got a chip. He turned that one chip into winning the main event.
What a great story.
Yeah,
You know, for as much as you hear that, right? As much as you hear that at table, I didn't know the background of that story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a great.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is
And
a
he's
fun story.
He's buried in Austin, and he was like, good lord, 6'8". He was ridiculously tall. His nickname was Treetop Strauss. So we went to his graveyard and, you know, just got to give a little moment to pause and cherish the history of poker. Today though, holy crap, we stopped in Odessa at another graveyard and saw the grave of Johnny Moss, who was the original World Series of Poker winner. He's won 3 bracelets in the main event, the 70, 72, and 73. And before we continue,
I had no idea he was here. Wow, yeah, look at Jade with
6'4", Corey flopping top pair.
And getting away for a scare card on the turn.
Yeah.
First one to bet it, that's probably taking it down. and Jade it was.
Looks like
Yeah.
Jade obviously going to be the first one to bet.
Well,
Very aggressive.
Again, as you
player.
saw that aggression stream, she's going to
She
lead
is-
the way most of the time.
At all times, I would say.
So we went by Johnny Moss's grave. That was so much fun too, and just getting to see that and talk about his history in poker. And I mean, unlike Phil Hellmuth, he was not a nice guy. This was a grumpy old man. Picture like your grandpa the day after Christmas and you didn't clean up. This is his character for the whole year round.
Right.
He is angry, mad, but great at poker. Like, he is
Amazing.
crushed. So yeah, we've gotten to go to all these different poker rooms. Today we started in Austin, drove up to San Angelo, went to over there it was Roosevelt.
Oh, okay.
At Roosevelt Poker Club in San Angelo, got to say hi to those guys. Then we drove up to Odessa, saw Celebrity. When we came over here, of course, we were really excited about coming here. You're in the last room. I'll play a little cash tonight. I was so excited to jump in the booth, and thank you for welcoming me.
Oh man,
But,
of course, love to have you. Very nice to meet
Honored,
you.
yeah.
Pleasure. Yeah. an honor.
Tomorrow we're going to Doyle Brunson's hometown, Longworth, Texas.
Wow.
Then we're going to go to Abilene, where he went to college. He's part of 2 Hall of Fames out there for his sports career. Did you know that
He was
Doyle?
a football player or baseball? Basketball player.
Yeah, he is tall.
Doyle was looked at by the Lakers.
Wow.
He
Really?
he had a serious shot at making the NBA.
Wow.
And that's all he wanted to do as a kid.
Huh.
Because he lived in a place in Longworth where there was no indoor plumbing.
That's
He had to go
interesting.
outside in the cold to go take a shit. Pardon me. Sorry, YouTube.
Too late now.
Yep, too late.
They're grown-ups.
We are. So all he wanted to do was become a professional basketball player, and obviously he worked at a what's it called? A place that did like sheetrock moving and all this kind of stuff out in there. He dropped 2,000 pounds of sheetrock on his knee, ending his career,
man.
and then he went into education and decided that. But he also played poker and made like 3 months' salary one night at the table and said, you know what, I'm gonna do poker instead.
That happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
and here's again the aggression from Jade.
The aggression. And Donald did a great job trapping too.
Yep.
Just go ahead and smooth check right at the end.
Yep. Now you win some, you lose some.
That's right. That's right.
But-
Jade's still up. Jade's doing all right.
Jade's still
3.4K.
doing all right.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Not
But again,
bad
that,
at all.
so Jesse, again,
Yeah.
here with Poker News, they're doing this amazing road trip throughout Texas, seeing all sorts of things. They're probably going to have a bunch of stories that we should all go and read about.
Definitely.
Insights that, again, stories that we haven't heard before. So we appreciate you more than anything stopping by and giving us those 2 cents. I will give you one piece of advice when you go out to play at our table here. It's tough to bluff. People are going to look you up.
You know, I
Very
appreciate that
true.
advice. Unfortunately, I'm really bad at taking advice. So, it's very kind of you to think that I,
I
might
mean,
listen
you've
and
been
take
traveling
this.
through Texas. I think you know that it could be tough to
Probably
get one
over
through.
now.
But what are you gonna do?
And if you're anything like a Texas player, you love to bluff. So it's a little tricky out there.
So
yeah.
Lloyd here saying, "What about Kobe's hat? You don't like that hat? I used to wear that hat about 10 years ago when I golfed. But we all have different styles out here. No cowboy hats somehow.
Yeah. Interestingly,
This is my hat. It's my favorite hat.
it says live poker is rigged.
I wear it everywhere. It's my absolute favorite. I had it custom made. And I go to live poker rooms all the time. And no one's giving me shit for it, luckily.
Wait,
So.
I'm fact checking it right now. It says fact check true. It says
Yeah.
it's right. It is rigged.
My aces always get cracked, and that's a fact. So it's just
Unbelievable.
like, what are you gonna do?
I'm in the same boat. Unbelievable.
Let's see. And Ella, Basil. Basil was here. I don't know if he stepped out or not, but he definitely started the live stream.
Yeah, Basil got into a bad situation. He had a jack high flush against, I believe it was a king high flush.
Okay.
And of course, played it aggressively.
Yep.
Ended up on the wrong side of that pot.
So I got a question for you guys. I know our the table's kind of winding down, right? Is there ever like a little crazy aggression as it gets close?
So,
when they know it.
Our live stream will end at 11. This game will probably go till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
okay.
man. And it gets huge when the cameras turn on.
yeah, some people like the cameras, some people don't mind it. Some people like maybe take advantage of doing some things they don't normally do,
Yeah,
right? To
exactly.
throw people off. But this game will go to at least 4 in the morning, and those stacks will just keep rolling because there's keep on buying.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's just wild.
And here, look at this flop. We have the 9-9 ace and Chris sitting there.
Chris doing all
On
right.
the button, sneaking in with the jack 9.
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
I mean,
It's the jack.
he's just got to pray that someone tries to take
Someone's
a shot.
trying to catch it.
Looks like it's checking real
Donald's
fast.
not going to get out of control here. Jade, again, we're gonna leave it to the aggressor, and I think she's just.
Yeah.
Yep. She's done with it.
Chris basically min bet 25.
Please,
Yeah.
please,
Please.
please.
Speaking of one chip, right? Just one chip, guys. Just one chip.
They're like, I wouldn't have called 10. What?
Oh, man.
No.
So we're also doing round of each, which is a round of Hold'em, round of PLO. We're about to switch over to the PLO.
Sweet.
That's where the magic
Where
happens.
the action is. And again, at the end of the night, again, here in Texas, we are not governed by a gaming control board. So if they decide that they want to turn this into a PLO game, or they want to add Big O, or if they want to do a round of bomb pots, they'll do that. And so generally, besides our live stream, but all of our tables, when a new dealer does tap in, they are going to do a double board bomb pot. It can be either 2 or 4 cards. Most of the players here like the 4 cards. And I have seen, $5,000 hands on a $5 blind on these types of boards, man. So it does get a little crazy.
I'm laughing because that is not an exaggeration.
It's not
That
an
is just
exaggeration.
So true. Yeah, it does get a little more than a little crazy. And some people lose their minds. You get pot committed on something like that just real quick, it seems like.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
That's fun.
Here
So let's see. We
are.
have a
couple of clubs.
The paired boards do tend to kill some of the action. We have to see who's got the best imagination. No one hitting on that.
Not when Jade is in the
Jade's
hand.
got a 7, so she's going to see where she is.
Not
But no
when Jade's in
spades,
there.
no gutter balls,
Yeah.
no over pairs, nothing really to look her up. Maybe someone wants to make a move.
Nope.
No, this is going to be
Yeah.
a bet in the
Quick,
fold.
quick.
Or bet in 5-fold.
Good times.
And now, so when the button gets back to the 1 seat, which is going to be Corey, we will turn back to the PLO. And I do suspect that the action will get a little bit bigger on these hands. Again, we do have live straddles here. So we can go, like I said before, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160, whatever these guys want to do. Again, sometimes they get off hot and heavy.
That's right.
Sometimes when someone's stuck, they're going to push the action.
Yeah, it looks like Donald's been trying to catch up. He's been playing a little more actively these past couple of hands.
So Donald was here till 4:30 or 5 last night, and I believe he generally works mornings.
Oh no!
So he's a trooper.
Oh man!
My goodness.
And there you do see that Billy did put the straddle on. Kobe calling.
Oh, Kobe.
And Jade doesn't want to show her hand.
I know.
Jade, put your cards over.
She 3-bets.
She does 3-bet.
Well, we know she doesn't have a king.
Yes.
Or at least a paired
Yeah,
king.
that's true,
That's
that's
not happening probably.
Not happening.
All right.
Let's see. Let's play Guess Jade's hand. After what we see.
And Chris too.
I'm going to say double suited with, let's see, like a 9, 10, 10 jack. Something like that. Those are popular hands in this game. You can do a lot with them.
She hasn't been 3-betting pre-flop, so it's got to be a pretty good hand.
Okay, well, we have 2 aces out, so...
Well, yeah, one less ace. I mean...
Still possible. Technically.
Definitely possible. I got into a hand last night where we were playing Big O, and it was a 5-way all-in, and I had aces double suited. The other guy had aces double suited, and everyone else had stuff in the middle. And the other gentleman won about a $7,000, $8,000 pot. He scooped everything.
Man, you're not bitter about it.
I'm not at
Not
all.
bitter.
His membership went up, oddly enough. No, congratulations to that player. He knows who he is. He's a regular here.
So Jade bet 100. Donald folded the ace deuce 3. So he had some pretty decent draws for that straight. But
Yeah.
But the bottom end,
Billy,
right?
Billy.
And Billy with that 8-9. What didn't need that? It was a bad number for him.
Jack 9-7.
What did I say? What did I say?
That was pretty good.
9, 9,
Pretty-
10
that was
jacks,
pretty
something
good.
along those
Pretty
lines with a
close,
pair.
right.
So
Pretty good.
is Jade gonna rep something here?
She does make the call with her pair of 7s.
No, 2 pair.
Yeah,
Two pair.
Jackson
Yeah,
nines. Jackson nines,
that's
right?
it.
No, 7s 9s.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're correct.
Yep.
I'm looking at the whole board. Yep. 9s and 7s.
Yeah.
Again, probably some history there. See if Billy was just trying to steal it.
Yeah.
They have
Bad. So there's
Bad
so
time.
Billy is one of the better players in this club, and there you see it, right? The river came as a completed the flush, completed a bigger straight,
Right.
and he still let out and still got value. I mean, you
Yeah.
do have to tip your hand. I am not good at that.
That works.
I've been laughing because Chris in the blue hat frame right is obscuring a picture of Billy that's in one of the poker chairs. So if you do the side camera,
Oh.
you'll be able to see Billy in real life staring at his own picture, which is in a chair opposite him at the table.
So what we do here is when we have our big events, and we do have our mid-series spring event coming up. It is a 2-week long, starting April 5th to April 17th, with lots of great tournaments and winners of the main events and the high roller and whatnot. We do take their pictures, get a canvas, and put them along our walls. So
it's a good badge of honor.
It's a nice badge, and then every few years when we put new ones up, we give them to the players. They can take home. It's a nice little memento for them. Yeah. So
one of these days, I'll get my face up there. One of these days.
So for Billy, he could be staring anywhere in the room and probably see his picture.
Honestly, he's got enough of them over there.
So let's get back to this. Jade just really doesn't want to put her cards over that, huh? I'm going to have to go yell at her.
She likes the mystery hands. She doesn't want anyone knowing what she's holding.
There she goes. Now she's fanning him. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, if I'm Donald, I like my hand. And if I'm Jade, I guess I like it even more.
Yep, hitting that set of trees.
So we are open-ended with a set versus open-ended with a, well, I guess more a full wrap one. Yeah, open-ended with a pair. Backdoor flush draw for Donald, which is no good. So Jade has him in a bad spot.
Yeah, Chris basically drawn dead.
I'm not
got
sure.
a lot of overcards, but not going to help him out too much. That queen maybe giving him a couple of outs.
Yeah, it gives him a 10 out.
Yeah.
And what, is he controlling the action here? So again, I think when we saw that screen, it was Chris and Jade that had the most aggression, and
Chris,
he's going to try and
making a play.
Try and take this down. I believe he is all in.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
He is all in, and a bad time for that.
Yeah, Jade with the threes. But I mean,
she may be worried about a higher set.
Yeah, I'll say bottom set in PLO doesn't feel very comfy.
Generally
with
tough.
Straight draws, like
Jack 10 that got there, hand that clearly would be calling the flop.
Absolutely.
Right.
And again, that Jack 10 is a lot of people's favorite hands. Again, shout out to Basil.
Basil, that's right.
Jack 10 is his favorite hand.
She's counting chips though. Look at this. She's really.
She is.
Oh,
makes the call.
Yeah.
I think
A
that's
smooth
gonna make
call.
Donald's
Not trying
choice
to push. Yeah.
pretty easy. He doesn't know how much he just got saved there.
Yeah.
Because he's calling a bet from Jade if Chris doesn't.
That's right.
Barrel, and so he probably saved money.
So let's see if he went out there.
Let's see. They decide to run it 3 times.
So Chris is looking for a 10 and a 10 only, I believe.
There's the king. Not going to help him out. Jade's set of trips holds up. Set of threes.
So we do have.
Got a jack.
That's a straight.
Nope.
That's a straight for Jade.
For
Jade.
And then the
That's
7.
a
There
7.
we go.
1/3.
So Jade is going to scoop that $1,200 pot. Another nice one for Jade. And
I just noticed Chris was getting a massage. Last time I was here, those magic fingers.
Yep.
Whoever was getting a massage won every single pot.
that happens a lot.
Looks like it's not happening tonight.
And he's going to say, enough with this massage. I need to focus. I got to stop getting in with 4 outs left.
And Jade making that familiar motion, just stacking
Yep,
chips.
stacking up.
Stacking them up.
So again, Jesse, with this tour, we're winding down. We're going to be.
We're at the halfway point.
Oh, we're at the halfway point.
Yeah, we did. It's a 6-day tour, so we're ending day 3 tonight. So we all together, I think we had about 1,500 miles to drive.
Okay.
And the first day was 300, and then today we drove 550. So we're just about halfway there. Tomorrow we're going to Dallas, and then so again tomorrow's the Doyle stuff. Next day we're gonna have lunch with TJ Cloutier and hear about Texas poker history.
Oh wow!
And we're gonna drive down to College Station, try to meet some college players. I know out here, or no, I guess Dallas does the new poker generation bloggers and stuff like that. And oh man, it's just listen, if you guys want to follow along,
absolutely,
PokerNews.com. We got an article that covers it. I run the Twitter account, so we'll be tweeting out this stuff and on Instagram stories. Would love for you to follow along because we are just having fun, and we're catching some great rooms, and we're also doing some really fun giveaways. When we head into Dallas, I have a signed book of Super System 2 by Doyle to give away.
Wow.
Love that.
And it's gonna be a lot of fun. And
that is interesting.
We got
and
Chris
here comes
in the
Chris.
studio.
So from one table to the next, right off the main live stream and into here to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. She should have never made that call.
Yeah.
I mean, 9-10 or 8-9 queen, and she calls the bottom set. She should have never done that.
Well, she did have a full up and down with the set, right?
Yeah.
So tricky. I don't know if she had a read or she's a gambler, right?
No, she's a gambler.
She is a gambler,
Yeah.
right?
You know, and that was something I didn't take into account, but it just it is what it is.
It is.
I made the play when I'm supposed to right there to try to take it down, and,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
she didn't.
You definitely repped a very reasonable hand that would be in
And
that
then
situation.
Then I talked her into running it 3 times, so that gives me a little,
Try and get a return.
Some shots. Yeah.
I mean, she's played some very questionable hands, just through the night since I've known her.
It is that aggression.
No,
She is quite aggressive.
but it's a weird table. I mean, sometimes there's action, and the rest of the time it's just kind of dull.
Mm.
And we got a new player here in seat 4.
Lance Ingram is his name.
Lance, yep.
And how long is it going tonight?
Well,
Going to 11:30 or whatever it is.
so we did start a little late. So
8:30 is when we started.
we'll probably go to 11:30 on the live stream. As you know, the game will probably go till 3, 4, 5 in the morning,
yeah.
whenever they want to stop.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to move a drilling rig.
What's that?
So I'm going to move a drilling rig, so it won't.
You're moving a drilling
Oh,
rig.
man.
Yeah.
So that is not a common answer, but out here in Midland, right? 80% of the people have something to do with
At least.
oil and gas and whatnot. And we do appreciate when they come in and see some cards from Kojaks here.
And always a good time. Never a bad one in the bunch. A lot of table manners, a lot of respect for all the players, and really just a good time. I've had some of the best times in West Texas at this particular club.
They're all assholes.
Says the guy that just got felted.
Exactly.
Chris, I believe last night you said that ace 4 is better than ace 5 all the time to me. Well,
Yes.
gutter ball, 4 outs versus a set is generally not good either.
No, it was actually 3 outs. She was holding the 10.
She was-
Oh man.
Sorry for giving you too much credit.
Sorry
She's
for
holding the
giving
10.
too much credit.
No, I'm probably going to buy back in for another 40 minutes.
There you go.
And you're going to see a complete opposite of what you've ever seen, because it's going to be maniac.
You're
That's
gonna go
right.
at it?
Go.
That's right.
We're going right after
Love
him,
to
huh?
see it.
All right.
So
It may be one hand done. I mean, it really might be.
Hey, I'm here for
just get those light blue chips, $500 chips. You don't need any change.
it. Yeah, really.
Well, and I can't complain. I mean, last night was pretty good.
Last night was a great game, right? So again, Chris, one of the regulars here, he plays during the week. Great action in the game, coming over, playing on the live stream. Again, Chris does do quite a bit of announcing as well, right? So we do appreciate him. He's stopping in and also playing.
Yeah.
So Chris, let me ask you this. So Josh, who's in the box right now, came in and talked about that hand with Eric and Corey where quad aces.
So Eric was.
Was he tanking? Was he slow rolling? Was he really
No,
just giving him a little bit of credit?
He was
of
giving
it?
him justifiable. He gave Corey for being a lot better player. Like, what could you possibly be raising me with right here?
Right.
Other than 2-3 with
Right.
4 cards in your hand.
Which is a good answer.
And Corey kind of took it as why would you just snap call right there? And he's like, I'm giving you a compliment.
Right.
So we've been giving Eric a hard time all the time. Like,
man.
why would you slow roll?
And there's a
we've
picture
got-
of Billy.
Yep, there's the picture. Billy opposite Billy.
Yeah.
And we've got Eric not slow rolling again. Jade's got a flush, and Eric's got the nut flush, so he goes ahead and raises.
Eric's gonna
Raise
bet
to
500 and take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jade got caught once again.
That's right.
And there you go. Very good.
Yeah, that's that wraparound flush, the highest card of the flush and the lowest card of the flush.
Well, I'm gonna go beat him up. So.
All right, so we will.
Oh, and yes, I do have quite a bit of insight. I heard your compliment. I heard-
Yeah, that was one. That was one.
Yeah, just-
We'll make sure not to do that again.
No, that's okay. I do better when I'm being praised. So, I just hadn't had many hands tonight. I mean, I really haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, that ace 10 where I flop the world, the ace is full.
Right, and
you can't get
couldn't get a
anybody.
caller.
No, I think Donald next to me had like 7-5 of clubs
Yeah.
or something. It's just like,
Well,
but I just hadn't had much to fight with. I've stolen a couple of pots.
Yep.
And
well, we will look forward to your
it's fixing to get gangster.
Hey, all right. Good luck out there.
Eric with 3 aces, but the ace king is suited.
So that's actually a good spot, I feel,
Yeah.
pre-flop to make a move because
You know there's no one else with aces.
no one else has aces. and
That's
you
a
can,
good point.
But it's generally easier to do that when there's some bets out there where you can steal some stuff. Right now,
Right.
he pots it for 40. He's not, he's not scaring anybody. Definitely not here.
Yeah, certainly not here. Now he may be able to be in a position to re-raise Jade's $25 bet.
Yeah, again, I just
But-
don't think it's enough, right? He's going to get maybe 85, 95
Yeah.
out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys will call without looking for a couple hundred.
Fun times.
That is how you summarize PLO.
I got a draw, right?
Yeah, I'm on a draw.
Yeah. So we don't know what Jade has here, but we do see Lance with an overpair and 2-pair.
Donald with the straight draw.
Donald with that straight draw and an overpair. So that could get interesting with two of them, and then Eric, again with the aces, which is in the lead. Now we have Jade opening up with Queen 6. So now she is going to take the lead here.
She's also got the Queen High flush draw.
10 high flush draw. Yep, 3 hearts.
Oh, sorry, 10 high.
Yep. Did she raise? She raised her button.
She did.
She did, and she goes ahead and raises this card.
So for all you people that are unfamiliar with poker, it's not just cards, guys. It's knowing your players, it's position, it's your image. There's a lot of factors that go into it, and
who raised who,
right?
And how did they do it? How quickly?
So Donald makes the call with that straight draw again.
And here we are still talking it up while we have this.
We got the pro.
We got the pro in here, and not even giving him his time to do.
Two nines are gone already from the guy who just folded. Donald's really gonna be.
Look at that 4-10.
He's got his 8s. Yeah, Donald can't get there.
Yep.
So the question is, can Donald push Jade away with just 2 paired?
And
just check.
Not gonna try. Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's like you're trying to get there with a king or anything.
Right. What are you representing? What are you trying? What story are you telling that you got there? And it's
obviously just
not
more
many
straight draws with the 6-7-3 flop.
Right.
So.
Yeah, a lot of stuff missed. Right. Hearts, backdoor hearts missed. The up and downs missed.
What's great though is Donald does what he should do. Me,
correct.
I would just step in it. I'd be like, oh wait, I wasn't supposed to. You don't believe this story? What if I just like stare down the whole time? I just step in it.
So there is Chris in the back of the table, and he is going to be under the gun. Let's see if he does what he says he was going to do. And
let's see how maniacal he really is. He's off to a good start, though. It looks like he's going to be getting 4 cards. So
he didn't even straddle. I don't know how much of a story I'm going to buy.
Too true.
But it's true. It is frustrating when you are a gambler and you do want to play, and you just look down at rags, and the spots are never right, and it is a. But he is going to get in the pot.
Drawing to a straight flush now. He's got the 4-5 of clubs. So
I mean, it's a beautiful looking hand.
He does make the call, so he's again off to a good start.
And Corey is going to go in, and there's Billy again. If you notice, certain players, they're not generally going to come in unless they're raising, or if there's a 3-bet, then they may call. But otherwise, they're going to take control of this. Billy is definitely one of those players. Lance has a decent looking hand here with a pair of 10s and suited ace with 3 Broadway cards.
I know that Billy raises. He enters the pot with his back turned. It's just so great. So, Jesse, what's the release schedule like for your tour across Texas? Are you updating daily? Or
George, we're living in the moment, man. This is 2022. We can't wait a week or 2 to post this stuff.
That's fantastic.
We're basically anytime we can get signal on the road,
yeah,
which is pretty rough.
It is a problem.
Holy crap, we've been struggling. But,
that is a problem.
At least every night we spend time to catch up and get all of our pictures posted and all the highlights of the day. And,
fantastic. Well, yeah, check it out. PokerNews.com.
Yeah, PokerNews.com for the article. Twitter.com/PokerNews for some a thread of all this stuff, and Instagram.com/PokerNews. We have little stories that you can just kind of click through, and those will be all the fun pictures from all the rooms. So just to tell you some of these rooms we saw.
Sure.
We've seen some crazy shit over these cities. In Houston, there's a room that opened 4 days before we got there called Gin Mill Webster. I know there's one out in Lubbock, I think, the first one.
Okay.
This place was part poker room, part Prohibition Museum.
Oh, wow.
So
how cool is that?
Dude, when you walk in, it's saloon doors, and there's jail bars for the cave, for the front desk. You push through and you got in. Let's see, Billy with the Queen Jack.
Yeah.
That's a nice little straight you got there, Billy.
Yeah. Didn't quite, Lance couldn't quite make the flush on there.
No.
I believe his first hand at the table.
Yeah.
He's our newcomer here.
So rough.
So rough.
So many outs.
So talk about setting the mood with those swinging doors.
Yeah, dude. But you walk in, they literally made an art installation where they took an old Prohibition truck, chopped it in half, put it in the wall so it looks like it's driving into the room.
No way.
It's so sick. Man. It's so sick. I mean, the whole room is just everything. Whiskey barrels on the wall. They have a 1910 old Prohibition era. What's it called when you make your own whiskey? When you
still?
Yeah. The guy's still from 1910. You can pull the cork out and smell the whiskey from the old days.
How awesome is that?
I mean, this shit's it's wild. It's like a museum, and there's a poker table. There are multiple. God, they got like 10 tables. So it's so cool. We walked through there, and we were just all like, yeah, if we didn't have
Kids
to
in
work,
the candy store.
we didn't have to work, we'd be playing here right this second. Then let's go to in Austin. There was a room called the Oaks in southeast of town that used to be a church.
Okay.
It was a church, and so you walk in, it's like, yeah, this is not supposed to be a poker room. I mean, like they have this long hallway where there used to obviously be a cross. Now there's a King of Hearts, a big King of Hearts. It's like, okay. I mean, I'm worshiping that. Sure. I mean, if that's what I'm drawn to, yeah, I'm definitely praying to the King of Hearts. Please.
It's a religious allegory in some way.
Without a doubt, man. So we've seen some crazy fun rooms, and it's been a thrill.
Boy, I bet, so on your trip back, are you going to be just stopping around, goofing off, playing at all these rooms that you stopped at?
What? Wait, what?
I assume...
Oh, no. It's a circle. We're not doing a double circle. My bad.
All right.
No, so we started in Houston, went to Austin, came up here to Midland, Odessa, then we're going east to Dallas, dropping back down to College Station, Houston. That's our show. So
Gotcha. Okay.
So what we do is we go to every room we can. We just kind of shake hands, meet people. We do some prizes and some pictures, and then we try to play in the last room we see at the night, and then we go home and go sleep. So that's our time to try to meet people, play a little bit. Chris, King Queen Jack.
Chris,
your
come on,
4
Chris.
is the best card you got there of all. Billy with the flush draw.
And Chris does move all in. He's trying to make maybe trying to give off the image that he's tilted.
Billy's gonna.
Let's see if
Billy's gonna be in there with the
Billy decided to make
flush draw. Well, I hope. I mean, the board pairs.
Oh, Jade's out of there. Yep. Looks like Billy's got chips in front of him.
Keep your eyes on Billy. How are we feeling?
Hard not to with that button undone there. Woo! Come on, Billy.
Oh, it's a show.
That's right. That's what we do out here.
Yep.
And it looks like a
the
9.
Flush gets there.
And they're running it 3 times.
Billy's got the flush on the top.
Center top.
Yeah.
And Chris looking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Chris. Oh man.
Brutal
Indeed.
A Jack, Queen, or King. Could not find it.
Couldn't find it.
No.
Couldn't pair the board either to boat up there.
No. Love the V-Pip.
Real, yeah. V-Pip. Look at Jade right at the top where she should be. 90%.
90% voluntarily puts in pre. Thank you, sir. Oh my goodness. The waitress just brought us some Coronas, and I mean, not the most attractive waitress I've ever met, madame, but thank you. Beautiful. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, Midland welcome. We're just trying to get a little Lucy for this game that he's going to jump into.
That's what we want. We need the action.
Oh.
Plus, for whatever reason, this room is generally 13 degrees warmer.
Yeah, I've got it on good authority that it's actually about 17 to 18.
Is it 17?
17.5.
I see. If you hadn't told me that, I just thought it was George. I thought it was George.
Too hot to handle.
That heat, man. My goodness.
You make me nervous. That's what it is, Justin.
You and the ladies.
Hey. I can believe it. We don't have a camera over here, but this is a strapping young man.
Yeah, I call your bluff. 100%.
What? Is it that? Maybe that's why. Everybody at the table always calls my bluff.
Yeah.
I'm just not good at telling the stories.
Not at all. All right. Dealers are switching out. Got a little moment to catch your breath.
Now, this dealer we call the Crusher. She has a tendency to just bust
home.
players
Oh, I love those
day
dealers.
long.
I love those dealers.
All day long.
And in fact, her father is Chris, who was in here.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
So putting on a bad beat on her father
is a dream.
Is probably something on her to do.
I'm sure.
Not that dealers can control the cards for all you people that yell at dealers, but
we are a top dealing organization. We deal off the top of the deck.
There you go.
Not like what was it? Oh yeah, in the movie Maverick with Mel Gibson.
Uh-huh.
I'll take 1 off the top for that ace of spades
there
for
it
the
is.
Royal Flush in the movie. So has Chris been holding up to his word? Has he been splashing a little bit?
He went all in and didn't get the best of it. So if you call it splashing.
King, Queen, Jack 4, 2 4s on the flop. He had reason to be in there, but he could not find anything to help him against a flush. So he was
and who took him out? Or who?
Billy takes him down again.
Unbuttoned Billy.
So let's see here.
Jade actually not too bad of a hand. Pair of nines.
I mean, again, Chris with the. Again, 3 Broadway cards are always nice in this game.
That's always good.
Right? And no one holding an ace here, so let's see who takes the advantage of.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to rep something? Chris is not going anywhere.
Chris definitely not going anywhere.
The Jack High flush and basically inside wrap, right? Any face card gives him that.
5 of clubs is not fun to see.
Not fun at all.
I mean,
gives Michael a pair.
Gives Michael a pair maybe to hang around, which is only going to probably hurt him.
Yeah,
but
right.
We'll see.
And he does make that $25 bet, but.
And there you go. And so somehow nines are going to hold up ice as soon as
Chris.
checked around.
Chris just can't catch anything.
I mean,
not at all tonight.
Catches some options on the flop and then it has to check out.
And he says, "Look at this draw I had."
Oh, you guys got off easy.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not to be bitter about it.
My daughter won't help her father, will she? No, she will not, sir. No, she will not.
Very good.
Oh, too funny, too funny. Yeah, that mountain of chips in front of Jade is. I don't know. A lot of reds.
Are you intimidated by it?
I'll be honest. A woman with a lot of red chips. That's what gets me going.
What's great is she just keeps touching it too.
Yeah.
She keeps continuing to just perfect it.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, as you should when you have that much money at the table.
I'm waiting for her to face the white lines up and down the chips. Organize the chips so that they're
the OCD.
The OCD
I have too
in
much
me.
time.
Yep.
Do you guys ever have any players at the table who are the ones who knock over the chip stacks?
I'm one of those.
George.
Present company included.
So am I, George.
Whoops.
In terms of you knock your own over, or when someone builds
No,
it, you go ahead and knock
just
them
like
over?
let's say George is on my direct right, okay, like he is currently, and let's say he has a stack like Jade's. I would occasionally just yawn really energetically and oops, I'm so sorry, George.
Man.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's some.
Well, I got
some
these
nice
massive
needling.
sleeves here, and this will get me into trouble when I go to raise or whatever.
Yeah. I do it.
And I do raise way too much.
Lance,
That's
the
good.
Kings. Lance of the Kings. Billy with the pair of 5s and the 2 hearts. Let's see what else we got. Anything else fun here? 7-7 deuce.
Oh.
Best cards in the deck.
That's
So
it.
let's see, that looks like Michael. If I can scan it real
Yeah,
quickly.
Michael
right?
got that set or trips.
And no draw. So the only thing you're worried about here is that
Rush on 9.
pair somewhere coming in connecting. King 5.
I don't know. Donald's got the pair of 2s that could be lethal if another one hits the board.
Yeah, it could be bad for him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, real bad. Yeah,
He
Lance.
does also have the 5-6 running perfect cards for a straight.
35 to call. Donald has not been in the best mood, I'll put it that way, after busting out earlier. So he could actually get into a little trouble.
He came over to the desk and took a breather. Which is a smart thing to do. Don't let your emotions carry out. Right?
That's right. If you're not having fun, just take a second. Take a break.
Jade turned the world there.
Wow, look at that.
Wow,
But
she did, didn't
did
she?
not get there, so it's all good.
Well, will she? But for the 10 minutes we've been here, we know that Jade's not going to give up.
Yeah, she
And,
she does place a good bet right there.
Just no real scare cards for Michael.
And
Michael.
Yeah, Michael's definitely in there.
And he says thank you for
Thank
making
you,
my
may I
job
have another?
easy.
Thanks for the additional money. I'll take it.
So we got 3 people that are 3.5 or 1,000 over, right? And a couple people 2,000 with 1. Chris hanging in there, and the rest are capering up. But in any hand, we can double, triple, quadruple up.
What was the biggest stack that bought in? What was
I believe the top buy-in was 2K.
Okay. Whoa, man, that's great.
I haven't seen anybody add on to. We're doing the 70% rule tonight, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we haven't seen anybody add on to match or get close to the top stack.
So here at Kojaks, a lot of our games will have a set limit, but we will also have a match up to 70% of the biggest stack. So if you bust out and you lost a $4,000 pot, and the buy-in's from 2 to 8 or something like that, sure, you can go ahead and buy in and match up. We have a couple players here that will regularly lose
add
and
on.
take
Oh
out 5,000.
my goodness,
Here we go.
Jade.
Jade.
Billy
picking up
opens
the
into the gun
king.
with ace 5 to 20. Jade 3
man.
bets to 75 with pocket
No,
kings.
they've been going at it all night. They've
Yeah.
got a rivalry.
Oh,
What?
Wow.
Does she have the king of hearts?
Yeah,
Does she
she
have the
does.
king of hearts?
No, she
Man.
doesn't. King of
see.
diamonds. It's not a red one.
Oh.
And see,
Billy.
there it is again. You got pocket kings. You know an ace is going to hit the
She
board.
picks up a queen out.
That's okay.
King
That's
or
all
queen
right.
out.
Nope.
And then
not
jack of
gonna
hearts.
get there.
So
Ooh.
here's 4 hearts. This is coming down to whoever wants it more.
Yeah, I think it's just going to go check, check.
Yeah, Billy. Yeah, that's what it did. Billy shows the ace.
Surprise!
No. It's saying Jade won.
No.
Yeah, she repped it.
She repped it. You're right. She just went for it. That aggression paid off.
Look at that.
Look at that stone cold.
Jade.
I mean,
All right, I don't want to play with Jade.
Technically, she had 2 pair.
Yeah.
Had 2 pair and an ace kicker.
Oh. And you know what? She probably never looked at her king again. She said it was red. It must be a flush.
Must be good.
Must be a flush.
so
That's
that
how flushes work.
one of those
Yeah.
instances, first person to bet,
Yep.
most likely going to win.
That's right.
But again,
Yeah. Pair of
they
aces.
probably have better imaginations or better playing styles than I do. So here we go. But here we go. It looks like Jade is going to make this 50 on the straddle with the old 7-5.
Ooh.
Little Heinz. The
Ooh.
Heinz.
Is that, yeah, Heinz.
Right,
All right.
57.
Heinz 57. Love it.
And it is confirmed.
Donald calling with the 8-9 suit. I love it.
Yeah, love those hands. A lot of people love those hands, right? That super
Yeah.
connector, you can
Yeah.
do a lot with them.
Michael.
And look at that.
Oh,
Ace-9
wow.
gonna go anywhere
8-9.
Michael with the
Definitely.
ace-9 offsuit. Makes
So
it
we're
tough, too.
opening it for Michael.
Yeah.
We have a pair to open in for Donald, and we have a. Well, you know what?
Well,
she hits that.
she's got
she
aggression.
hits the 9. There's 2 outs, and she will hit the bottom end of the straight.
Gonna go ahead and bet it. Why not?
And look, everyone wants to see that turn card.
Yeah. That
90 seems reasonable.
Yeah.
No reason for anyone to leave when. Let's see what goes on here.
Oh, it's a king.
King. Now that favors Jade because she was the 3-bet opener.
Right.
She has a lot more hands to rep here.
She's got the range advantage in this position.
But
she checks.
She checks, and Donald's going to jump on that.
Uh-oh.
And that's going to
Yep.
allow Donald to take this down.
Yep. She
Yep.
gets out of there.
Good play by Donald.
Yeah, great.
Sometimes you call it not just to pick up a card, but to see what happens, right?
That's right.
Take advantage of weak spots and
Do the
Donald
float.
did a good job. Yep. A lot of times I float to pick up a draw.
Yeah.
Is that also not a good strategy?
Listen, I'm here for a reason. There's a reason why I'm not at the table, so don't look at me for strategy. Good lord. Oh, this is great.
Oh man, yeah. Well, Donald looking like he's catching up a little bit from his earlier bust of the night. Lance, kind of an unknown quantity. He sat down.
Yep.
It's
Only
the
played
first
a
time, right?
couple of
So,
hands.
so Lance was actually on the list for just a regular 5 on the button, right? That's our $200 to $800 buy-in, but those things are all filled up. So we offered him a spot here, and he said, "Sure, why not?"
Sure.
So he might be playing a little bit more
More
snug,
hold'em.
right?
Yeah,
and
more-
maybe more
sure.
hold'em.
And is Lance sitting on Jade's right?
All right, that's correct.
Ouch.
So that hurts, right?
Yeah.
Don't want that seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lance, you're a nice guy.
So we
Good
put
luck.
when we put these games out on our Poker Atlas, we usually do it a few days in advance, maybe even a week in advance, and first come, first serve in terms of where you want to sit.
Yeah, of course.
So
sure.
when you take a look at that list, that also draws people to play or not to play,
Right, right.
depending on who is
Yep.
in the game and where they are.
I was actually curious about that because Corey seems to have seat 1 very
likes
often.
that up a lot, right?
He likes that.
I also like the ends next to the dealer. I feel we have a little bit more room.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the middle because it feels like you're crammed.
And you're close to the dealer. You get to talk with the dealer,
And,
chat it up a little bit, have a good time with the crusher.
Ooh, Kobe makes a call here.
Uh-oh.
A pair of 6s versus Eric's ace.
Wow. And Eric
Ace-jack.
Eric turns
Yeah. Oh, he turns 2
2
pair.
pair.
Yeah.
I don't think
Kobe-
Kobe's gonna go much more than this, right?
Yeah, Kobe I don't
Yeah.
expect to stick around. Kobe's been playing pretty snug, pretty tight.
Sent out a feeler bet, found out where he was, right?
He
That's
found
all it
out.
takes.
All right. So we got Lance on the button. Again, we play 5 on the button here. We do not do a small blind, big blind. But we also have games of 5 to 25 on the button. So when you're the button, you get to choose how much you want to do it for.
Okay.
I love games like that.
That is fun.
You know, I like innovative games that make it fun like that. There's a game up in Reno that my buddy started doing during COVID when he was trying to build his room back up. He got rid of the big blind, so it's just a small blind only.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so it's just like, so you only pay $1 as it goes around for like the 1-3 games, or for the 2-5 it's just $2, and it's just like, and he says, the action is insane. You think that like people would be like, well, I don't have as much invested, but it's the exact opposite.
Wow. Yeah.
People are just like, well, I'm just gonna. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I love this kind of like the 5 on the button is great. And
we'll have to try that. Yeah.
It's fun. Hey, I got a new game for you guys.
Okay.
Holy crap!
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, it's called Stand Up Hold'em, and everyone has to stand up to start, and you cannot sit down
until you've
won a hand, and the last person to sit down has to pay everyone else at the table a set amount of money.
I like
so let's say there's 3 people left.
I am into that.
But you're playing with the whole table.
Right.
So players love it because there's so much action.
Because
those 3 people have to win. You don't want to pay, let's say it's 8-handed, you're paying everybody like $25 or $50 each. Mama, the action is mad. So yeah, I saw this one of the rooms that we were touring as we've done this road trip, and we were all just like, wait, what? We've never heard of this? Holy crap, that sounds like
fun. So that's only for starting the game, correct? Or they can start it at any time. They can say, hey, 11 o'clock we're going to do it.
We're going to start it up. Now, I like this. I feel like I could win it because there's no punishment when you lose a pot. Right. So if you just go all in every pot and buy in, eventually you're going to win.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, no, well, you would think that in a lot of things. I had a couple sessions where I didn't have to tip the dealer at all.
Yeah, brutal.
That's not a good thing.
Oh, man.
I gave a good tipper. They were not happy. You thought I wasn't happy? They were not happy.
Yeah.
But I do like. I believe I have heard of that before. I do like it, and I tell you what, we will chat it up amongst our members here, and I think I believe there's going to be quite a few that will be like, yeah, let's check that out.
I am into it.
Yeah, you may need to adjust your cameras. Because these guys look very tall, so I don't know if this would be the right setting for it. But
even Jane is actually a tall lady.
Yes.
Great. That's just great. Aces for Kobe. Hey,
there we
Kobe.
go.
So we just missed an aces versus 5s and 4 diamonds.
We had Chris hit the aces.
And if that was the flop, Jade is doubling him up.
Yep.
Gosh.
Let's see what Kobe can get away with here.
And Chris is thrown out a couple of chips there with his pair of 10s. And decent kicker.
Oh, Kobe, you should have been
Kobe,
slower.
are you slow playing this or not? We can't see.
Kobe flied, but he flied really quick.
He went
flied
fast.
really quick. I mean, it could be a hard draw if he's going to make that store go. So we're going to see a check from Chris for sure to start.
For sure, he says.
Yeah, what was the promise, Chris? What was
Never
the
mind.
promise? There it is.
Never mind.
There it is. 150.
Okay, Chris.
Jesse, we're going to let you just watch another 5 minutes to catch up to
Listen, I'm a confident guy, and I can make some big mistakes.
Reckless abandon.
Big time. Good stuff.
All right, now I might see him.
Now here we go.
Is he gonna barrel? He's got to put Kobe on hearts to get this through. I mean, that's
the only way,
right?
Yeah, Kobe does go ahead and bet 350. 350. Chris
had 2,000 behind or something like that, and made a bet. I believe Kobe's still calling, but the only way to put pressure on him, right?
Now a 2 would make it straight, but of course Chris is definitely not putting Kobe.
This is holding on.
Right.
I'm so used to pillow.
So Chris feasibly could have that ace deuce here, right?
He could feasibly, sure. But Kobe definitely not going to be not the way that he played.
And again, did he miss hearts or does he have a hand? And that's what Chris is deciding right now.
And that's why Kobe's bet size, I think, was a very good size. He bet high enough to make it look like he missed a draw. But he didn't overbet the pot.
A stoic look straight down.
Oh,
Not going to get anything off that.
No, I don't know what he's... I feel like he's thinking of his next painting based on the hat he's wearing. Maybe a dog.
Chris makes the call.
Oh! Chris makes the call.
And that was, as simple as I haven't been seeing hands and I have second pair and I just...
Yeah.
Can I run this bad?
Exactly what that is.
Chris.
And you can see him rubbing his eyes.
Yep.
He's upset. Looking at the camera. Yes, we are talking about you, Chris.
No.
Sorry about it, buddy.
We get it, man. We get it.
Yeah. That's a tough one for Chris. And again, Kobe, I think, played it well.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. And Chris now giving off, I'm almost tilted vibes. Or maybe I am. You start looking up at the camera, looking up at the ceiling, check that body language. Because everybody else at the table sees it too.
Keep your eyes on Chris. 9-3 suited.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm staring at Lance's drink. That looks like it could be a gin and tonic of some sort. It looks very cool.
I could deal with a little of that.
Yeah,
We'll have to go
GMT
in and
is
figure out what that is.
I'm staring at Eric's drink over there. I'm pretty sure that's a Sprite.
Just a Sprite.
I'm staring at Eric's shirt. I love cookies.
Love cookies.
Gosh, cookies
Love.
are great.
Now, have you been to Crumble out here yet?
I have. We have.
Oh,
I actually
God.
have a Crumble, unfortunately, at the next exit down
Yeah.
the highway from my house.
It is
And-
unfortunate.
And I've got 2 daughters who love cookies, and so we
Man.
visit Crumble a little too often.
Tried that for the first time this past weekend, and did an Australian accent the whole time.
Whoa.
I told them it was my first time visiting Texas,
Oh, no.
and they all believed me.
That's not bad. That is not bad.
It's about time to retire the accent. When you convince a whole room of people, that's when you stop.
Those are fun.
Quit
Those are
while
fun
you're
hits.
ahead.
See, Eric's going
Alright, we got a lot of action going on here.
Top pair, top kicker for Eric. Or top pair, second kicker for Eric, sorry.
And then 2 flush draws.
Jade's
Two
not
flush
afraid.
draws.
Jade's not afraid.
No.
And let's see, Jade picked up the gutter bowl.
I like,
Eric's still in control. And Donald, well, Jade doesn't have a flush draw. Jade has blockers.
Right, yeah,
Donald
we'll call
has
it
a flush
that.
draw.
We'll call it that.
Unless she's going to go ahead and bully someone out again.
Listen, 10-7 doesn't feel great when only the
That's-
jack's showing.
Right.
You're thinking about
Yeah.
the king, the queen, the ace maybe, but like,
And a better than call in front of you.
3
that's,
people.
Very
That's
true.
ambitious.
Very true.
I've
And little as we know, he actually will win if he hits that hard.
Right.
Oh,
there it is.
There it is.
All
Wow.
right.
Oh, man.
So
So let's see if it
you
checks
lose
around.
one of those overcards, which is great for Donald. He just has to wonder, is the king or the ace at risk here?
But here it is. Again,
Wow.
this is the
350.
test. 350. He's not running well. Now he could be.
He
on
makes the
wants to
call.
Quick, quick call too.
A quick call, yeah. Eric likely to get out of there. He really just
Now,
doesn't have much.
Eric
Eric's
does
got
have
two
the ace of
pairs.
hearts.
And
Eric
he's two
does have the
pairs.
ace of hearts. It is not beyond him
Right.
to blow them both off this pot. Now, will it get through? What I tell you, Dizzy, it's tough to bluff here.
Tough to bluff.
But it would be a great play. I'm not sure if
see.
it's going to work, but look at
Yeah, no, you're
this
right.
is poker at another level, guys.
He's counting out black chips. He could raise here, and he actually may be able to get Jade and Donald
Yes.
off
He'll
because
be able
he's
to
holding
get
the
Jade off
blocker.
because she got called behind, for
Right.
sure.
There's 1.6k in the pot. He's got 1.7 behind. If he were to go,
If he shoved.
yeah, I mean, you gotta pause.
Tough.
Yeah, I mean, I see you gotta pause. Watch Eric just snap.
And here we go. Oh, I almost thought he did.
He's counting out raising chips.
The
He's-
facial expressions. Oh, because he hit 2 pair. He's not. I'm
He's-
sorry. He's thinking about if they're both good,
Right,
not actually making the move here.
right. Which is basically a bluff catcher in this
Absolutely.
hand.
The
This
two
is-
people. Yeah.
Right.
He is gonna lay down.
Wow.
I would have loved to see what would happen if he jammed there
I would love to
with
see
that
that
ace of
too.
hearts. But
Bring
Donald-
that action.
Donald with I believe a suspect call is rewarded, and
Very true. Very true.
he
Yeah.
decided to make a tough call.
I saw something great from Jade, which is something I really, as someone in like the poker industry and like it's being in a lot of games, Jade immediately turned over her 8-3
Yes,
hearts.
Yep.
Like she's not trying to like look around or wait or like
Right.
you know,
You're
I'm
good,
kind of
you're good.
embarrassed or I'm kind of shy about this. I love players who do that. Like that's just, I mean, let's just go.
You can
Let's
tell
just-
she has played a few pots.
Oh,
I'll
without
put it
doubt.
that way. She's
Yeah.
played a few pots. She
Without
is a
doubt.
very familiar, very, very courteous player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Class acts all around. I haven't met a single person at this place. Actually, I will say one time.
Uh-oh.
One time I met
Story
one
time.
person who had bad table manners, and they were here for 12 minutes, and they got out of here because just so many good players here that really appreciate the game
Yep.
and are not going to put up with that. And so
Yeah. We do get new players almost daily, which is great. We're
Yeah.
reaching out more to the community. There's a lot of poker going on here, but we are a tight knit family, if you will. And so yeah, people do show each other respect because they're going to see him tomorrow.
that's it.
And
That's it. And you don't want to scare the new players off. You don't know how good they are, and if they're not good, you want to keep them around.
Yeah, we want to get Texas going back this way when he's on his rest of his trip.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Will
Now,
be
it looks
fun.
like Lance a top pair, top kicker situation
Oh, we got
here.
some action here.
And he's got 420 behind. Shout out.
Look at where Billy is. I'm loving Billy's spot right here. Now he's
Yeah.
behind Eric's king 9 top right 2 pair.
Right.
Billy with 2 pair and the flush draw, and then Lance has top pair with the ace.
Yeah, this is an action hand
Look
right
at what's
here.
going to happen here.
Jade,
And-
what are you doing? What are you doing,
It
Jade?
was
Yeah.
checked. The flop was checked.
What are
To
you
Jade's
doing?
defense, the flop was checked. She was playing alone. It didn't come.
Oh, we see a raise
Ooh,
from
man.
Lance.
Lance thinking he's trying to get any kind of those draws out of there.
And he looks like
275 is not going to do it.
no, not here.
Not with 2 people that have 2 pairs
Not here.
and one has another draw.
Tough to bluff. It looks like he's staring Jade down too. It may just be the angle of the camera, but she is the wild card
Yeah.
in this hand.
So he has put in 275 going 145 behind, so he is effectively all in.
All
on this.
in. He's
And so
committed.
he's going to need an ace and we'll see which one of these two pair, if both of these two pair call him.
Imagine the Jack pairs on the river.
Yeah.
Lance,
that's so dirty.
And Lance would just be like, "Hey guys, I thought I was. Oh man, what a way."
So dirty.
Yeah.
So Eric does have a decision, mostly because Lance has been playing kind of snug, and he has Billy behind him, right? And he has King Nine. He doesn't have King Jack. He doesn't have a spade. He doesn't have a spade blocker. This is a tough call, I believe.
And I think because Eric is taking so long, I think Billy realized, oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So
Billy, what a gift.
Wow.
Yeah, now
Billy can't lay down.
Right.
Yeah.
Now Billy will just go ahead and put it all
Superior
in.
the flush draw. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll yep. We'll rip it.
And Eric. Oh, Eric.
No,
Yeah,
Eric let
he
it
put it all
go.
in.
Billy went all in.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And that's that. The
That's
river
that.
was
Oh,
my
9.
goodness.
Boating up.
Oh my goodness,
Man.
Eric missing out on a boat. Probably gonna
Wow.
look at him. You can see him distraught over this.
Sitting back
That
with his
would've
hands
been-
behind his
yeah.
head, that was like.
And Eric and Billy are good friends, so he's probably gonna be like, "You owe me a beer for laying that down
one.
later."
At least one beer. Yeah, interesting enough too. They both would have voted up, so it would have been house over house.
Absolutely.
Hey, we lose Lance here with the ace king, so that's the way to go out, man.
That's true.
Well played, Lance. I mean, you did what you could in that seat, and yeah, you just
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
That's
yeah.
an igloo.
In
right
between Billy and Jade,
there. 2 wild
not
cards.
a game that you necessarily signed up for.
Right.
Yeah.
2 wild cards. You kind of never know what they have, but that's the magic of just betting all the time.
Well, and there it is. Right?
Honestly.
There it is. Justin, there's a seat open.
Yeah, I'm in a seat right now, actually. You know, it's crazy. It's a crazy story.
A little harder to lose money in this seat here.
Listen. I'm Lance, okay, and I see Lance. I'm like, Lance, I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So they're still leaving that last board up there, as we probably get a turn. Okay, now we got Johnny Blaze coming in.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze is a very action player. Comes generally late at night, and he is the one that I lost that let's say $8,000 pot to last night.
Johnny
and,
Blaze.
Oof.
Look, it's a guy with a fake
Not
name.
just me. There was 5 of us.
There was 5
My
of us.
goodness, that sounds like fun.
Look, it's a guy with a fake name. I know Johnny Blaze. I know a fake name when I see it. That can't be his real name.
mean, you know.
What a power name. Are
I have
you
a
kidding me?
power name too.
Yeah.
Jesse James.
Jesse James.
Ah,
Yeah.
that is for
Jesse
sure.
James.
Yeah.
So you are the Jesse James, huh?
Jesse James from Texas too.
I love it.
My parents were idiots. Middle name James. Middle name James, by the way. Middle name James. But when I go to karaoke, they don't know that. I'm just Jesse James, period.
Do you like karaoke? Are you a good singer?
Oh my goodness, am I a good singer?
I
I proposed to my wife at a karaoke bar.
Well, then you got to be decent.
I sang "Somebody to Love" by Queen, and I had an iron-on T-shirt. So will you marry me? I ripped my button on off.
This
and-
is a man that thought things
This
through.
is
But
intense.
usually I don't sing ballads like that. I sing Britney Spears, Beyonce, Fergie. I
Are
sing
you a
Fergalicious.
falsetto?
No, I sing as a bass. I'm not trying to impress you, but I've been married for 15 years. Falsettos for my old days, my youth.
I was impressed when you said Queen at first, and then you started busting out the Britney Spears. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well.
At one point, George, I knew 80% of dance moves to single ladies.
Oh, okay.
That
Well,
was a good day.
I thought it was just one.
yeah, it's just this one.
Well, there's a lot
and then
more.
this
Then you
one.
can walk around in circles. You can move left to right legs, the finger, all sorts of stuff.
Like-
You know, you got some stuff to do. Beyonce doesn't just stand around.
I'll tell you something, Jesse
Kings for
James.
Billy.
This
Kings
is
for
the
Billy.
start.
Yeah.
This is the start of a beautiful career together as
Hey-o.
karaoke singers.
Oh, look
I
at
like
And a
this.
king
Wow.
on the flop. Wow.
So Kobe is going to be stuck here for at least 1 or 2 streets.
Oh man.
Chris should be able to get away easy. James should get away easy, but
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah, and with Billy's reputation at the table tonight, I think he's able to string Kobe along.
So he actually
Fairly
checked and
easily.
let Kobe go ahead and lead.
Wait.
I wouldn't be a nice flat
Chris?
call here. There's no danger out there. You definitely need
Yeah,
to.
Chris made the
Chris,
call.
Chris,
I was
Chris,
right.
what you doing, buddy?
Chris has some moves.
So
Chris has some plans, you guys. It is going to be
It's gonna-
a big
He's
aggressive.
again.
Okay,
he was
wait a
looking to
second.
pick up a draw. His
And
draw's now dead.
he
But he
did-
was looking to pick up a draw, and he got his draw.
He
Oh.
did pick up the draw. Now this is walking head first down the train tracks.
Oh, he
And he went in.
He
He
And
went
did.
all in.
of course he went in.
Billy's thinking.
And Billy,
Billy's thinking.
how do I get Kobe to call also? And I don't think he is able to. Nope. They run it once.
Yeah.
Not much of a reason to run him more than that.
They run it once, Chris. Good job, buddy. I tell you, I paid him one compliment earlier today. Can be as
Oof.
mean as I want later.
And that's
I'm
gonna
kidding,
skyrocket Billy. Over $6,500 at this game.
Woo! Bought in for 2, I believe.
Bought in for
in
two.
Tripled up.
In just a few hours.
Yep.
Just a few hours.
Now's the time to, if it were me, slow down. You got a big stack, just kind of hang on to it.
Jeez, Johnny Blaze missed all that action.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze
What a
took
time
down.
to get up.
Well, we do appreciate Johnny actually wearing a shirt.
Of course.
He is very accustomed to coming in here just with his vests.
Love the vest.
Whoa.
He has a few of those vests, but yes, indeed.
Well, it looks like we are out of the time here on the live stream. It is now
It is
11:30.
11:30.
All right.
Want to thank our guest here,
Absolutely.
Jesse.
George,
Jesse
it's been a blast
James.
chatting with you, dude. Thank you, man. Thank you guys for letting me come in and tell you guys about my story and stuff. Again, follow us on pokernews.com.
Yes.
And it's on social for all the rest of our adventure. I hope I'll be back sometime. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back. Fantastic. Next time you're in Midland, look me up and we'll hit up the karaoke bar.
Sounds great, dude.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Jesse, good luck on the rest of your tour. We appreciate it. And stop on anytime. We'll go get you a seat right now if you want to jump into the
Sounds
next
great. Beautiful, beautiful.
All right.
All right. Take it easy, everybody. Hope you have a great weekend.